leads to Marcus Smart being able to be flipped for Jrue Holiday. Is that one of the greatest tricks the Devils ever pulled off? Goodness gracious. That guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
O'Reilly. Get one free set of Brake Best brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select brake rotors. You can upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Start a promising career in law enforcement with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. As an MCSO detention officer, you'll play a critical role in ensuring public safety for the 4th largest county in the United States. You'll also gain experience that can lead to a role on specialized teams like jail intelligence or special response, a leadership track, or a career as a recruit training officer. Every path comes with unlimited potential. Learn more at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law. Serve the people. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Day of the Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pound, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. Whatever he's doing is none of your damn business.
Yep, top secret mission.
Harris Hicks with us here in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Ralph is rumored to maybe join us in the next hour. Who knows?
Isn't he always? You never know with that guy.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Listen, we got tons to talk about. The NFL draft wrapped up over the weekend. We'll see how our teams did. How did your teams do? That sort of thing. We got plenty of NFL to talk about, but let's get started by talking about the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hooray, they won a game.
Yes, they did. They did indeed win a game, Jeffrey.
It'd been a while.
Yeah, it was a little bit. They were on a cold streak.
But the Braves took the series 2-1, but the Diamondbacks won the last game 6-4. So here we are. Tomorrow they play the Mets at 4 p.m. or so. What the hell is wrong with these Diamondbacks? I know usually we let Randy answer that question, but at this moment, are you going to still say it's about the bullpen?
Well, the bullpen does have something to do with it, Jeffrey, but also, man, the pitching just hasn't been what we've expected it to be. You know, Brandon Pfaadt.
The starting pitching.
Yes, I must say. Pfaadt was expected to be kind of the weak link of the pitching group. He's making by far the least amount of money. Well, he's been by far the best pitcher. He's the only guy with an under 4 ERA on the entire 5-man rotation. So that's the issue, Jeffrey.
All right. Well, so Fat Brandon doing well, the rest not doing great. Are we expecting that they're going to bounce back? Is this a moment or is this a concern?
You know, the thing about baseball is you can't overreact. There's 162 games. If this were football, it would be different because there's only 17. A lot of season left. I would say I'm not concerned. I'm a little bit concerned, but I'm not panicking. I think these guys are going to bounce back.
Figure it out, they say.
Yes.
T-Licious says, happy Monday, mofos. Congrats on your draft, except for Ralph. Suck it, Ralph. We're going to get to all that, but I do want to know, as we go, how did you feel about your draft for the 49ers or for other teams? Let us know how you feel about that.
Yes.
888-368-1580. So, all right, the baseball's a long season. I won't worry if you tell me not to.
Don't worry, Jeffrey. We don't want any worrying here. A lot of season left.
You know, I don't think anybody would be too surprised. I don't think anybody could be so surprised. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this had come from either either crowd. Let's say you were in Cleveland. Let's say you were in Boston. I feel like it would have came from either crowd. Hell, it could have come from his own crowd, but it didn't. What happened was Jamie Duran was getting heckled in Cleveland. Now, Jamie Duran plays for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, he talked about how a couple of years ago in his in Netflix documentary that he attempted suicide. You know, it's something he shared with the world as in a way to try to help others.
Oh man, I can see where this is going.
This fan starts heckling him. I don't know what he said. Probably something like, well, I'm not going to say it, but you know, so this fan's heckling him about his attempted suicide. Now, nice enough, the Cleveland what are they? Guardian staff. He was ejected from the game. They got rid of him.
Yeah,
but boy, you can expect that from Red Sox fans as much as you could Cleveland fans. You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure, Red Sox fans have that reputation, Jeffrey.
But it's a thing. It's a thing that, you know, you put it out there and you're trying to do good. Well, people who are good are not the only ones who are noticing this. And of course, they're going to use that against you in a game. And is it right? No. Were the Cleveland Guardians staff right to eject the fan? Yeah, I'm good with that.
Do you know the exact words? Like what was exactly said? Or does it just give like a brief synopsis?
Well, just that he said something that it was in the direction of the suicide attempt and just, you know, inappropriate.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like this was a fair thing for them to chuck the fan out. It's like, there's a lot of stuff you can heckle a player over.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I heckled Luis Gonzalez because I didn't feel like he was, you know, given full effort. Days later, he retired. Might have been because of me.
Really?
But, yeah, I was at a game. I was sitting in the outfield. I don't usually sit in outfield seats, but my friend Sam was like, "Hey, let's go sit right there."
Yeah.
So we were right on the wall,
and
we were watching it. And this grounder came rolling out, and it went by him. And I'm like, "The hell, Luis, Gonzo, make an effort. You're getting paid a crap ton of money. That was the easy one. Why would you let that go?" And he kind of turned to me and went, "Yeah, you're right." I swear to you,
that's funny. I know people who have been to D-backs jail. People in college.
Yeah,
I won't say any names.
Heard of it, never seen it.
Yeah. I know people who have been in D-backs jail, and they honestly kind of deserved it. It was pretty warranted.
The
D-backs
thing is,
jail's
I
a
don't
lonely
think I
place.
deserve D-backs jail
No.
for heckling the most beloved player in Diamondbacks history. 'Cause
Yeah.
he agreed with me. He's like, yeah, we kind of right. I
He
think you're
even
right.
agreed. Maybe that's why he retired. He
I
saw
think
you.
so.
You constantly sitting there in left field, and he's like,
Well,
"I got to
no,
get
no,
away
it
from
wasn't
this guy."
I wasn't constant.
Wasn't constant.
It was only when he let that one go by, and I only asked for one thing. That was the heckle. Hey, Luis, how about some effort? Well, you gonna let that go by? Have a little hustle. I mean, you're getting paid a ton of money here.
But
No,
he
I've
at
always
least
said,
understood
I
that you
never
were right.
repeated it. I didn't keep yelling.
Yeah.
Later on, when the play was made, I was like, hey, I didn't
Yeah,
heckle.
yeah.
I just that one heckle line was all I gave, and he looked right at me and was like, "That's
You're
fair."
right.
And I can understand that now at my age now, because
Right.
I'm like, somebody gave me that, I'd be like, no, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, it's
I can't even.
understandable, yeah.
My effort is lacking as well. So
Yeah.
who am I to say?
Well, Jeffrey, I don't think your effort is ever lacking.
You're new around here.
At least in my view, I applaud your effort.
I don't care if you applaud my effort. It makes no difference to me. You know,
I'm always here for the encouragement, Jeffrey.
Don't cast your pearls before this swine.
Yeah, I gotta go get my pearls then.
I don't need to know.
Yeah.
Beer Bob says, hey, also don't forget the bullpen blew 2 of those games this
Yeah.
weekend. They
Yep.
should have swapped the Braves. They should have swapped. I don't know if that. What do you mean? They should have swapped
the Braves?
I think Beer Bob meant something else.
I think Beer Bob might have had a little bit too much beer.
Oh, Beer Bob. Why do you think he's called Beer Bob?
Yeah, it's in the name.
Wrong. It's because he delivers the beer.
Oh, okay.
Does he dip into his? Probably. I think
That
so.
could be. Yep, that could
You
happen.
can't be a good distributor without being able to tell a guy what something tastes like.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't think he's doing it while he's driving or nothing. Lost Toby
You never
says, I'll sub in for Andy. No, you won't. King Kitten says, I got arrested at Bank One Ballpark, third game of the team's existence, and went to Dimebacks jail. It's under the bleachers.
It's under the bleachers.
Well, King Kittens, I do got to know.
Yeah.
Why? What did you do? I'm going to think public intoxication.
Yeah.
I think they just you
for
were
sure. That's like
sloppy drunk in the stands, maybe.
That's like 90% of D-backs jail arrest, and the 10% is very weird.
Why were
usually.
your friends in there?
That public intoxication?
See,
They were
I guessed
very.
it. You didn't even say it.
But you have to be like very intoxicated for
I
them
feel
to
like your
arrest you.
friends probably swapped the Shirley Temple and didn't realize they had no alcohol, and then they ended up getting arrested. Lightweights.
That friend was not me. For reference, I'm a big Shirley Temple guy.
My wife ordered a Shirley Temple when we were at the Yucca Tap Room on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this going to be a shot at me, or is this like this is a
No,
cool
I just
story?
want you to know that
I'm not alone.
it's a girl drink.
I know, Jeffrey. I know.
I told the guy, I said, "Yeah, just give me whatever's on tap." And he's like, "Well, like I'm not picky. Go ahead, just give me whatever you think is good." He came back. The Yucca Tap Room has the weakest beer. I mean, my God, it was like water. It was like he says, "This
Really?
is wild wheat or something," and I'm like, "Well, that was my fault. I should have said Guinness. I
Yeah.
should have just said Guinness."
You're a Guinness guy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, got it.
So he brings me
huge
this
Guinness guy.
this amber ale. I don't know what. And I thought you guys made some stuff here. Like, no. How do you call yourself a tap room if you're not making your? I
Yeah.
guess, fine,
What is
whatever.
it? What is the meaning of tap then?
I don't know.
You know, it takes out the meaning of it all.
And so I drank, and I'm like, wow, that was the most expensive water I've ever drinking. But the show was good. By the way, we saw The Light Sleeper.
I was gonna say, how was that?
Oh, it was great. It was
Really?
good. I mean, it started an hour later than it was supposed to through no fault of the fish tanks. But really enjoyed it.
I wish I could have made it, man. I was in San Diego. I actually just drove back this morning, so I'm like straight from San Diego to here, and so I totally would have gone, but had to be there. How
what
was
I
it?
like about it is if my wife walks in by herself,
Yeah.
then she's getting carded.
Oh.
I walk in with my wife, they're like, go on through. Go on through. I'm like,
You know, I get carded 99% of the time, Jeffrey.
well, it looks like you have put on some fake beard.
But
So,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
I feel like I
this
card you right
beard,
now.
since this beard, people aren't carding me as much. People are like, well,
I feel
that
like we
guy's a
should have
man.
carded you before we let you work here.
That's your fault. That's
Not
your
even
own fault.
sure.
I always get carded, man.
Did you talk to your gal about your current state of beard?
I did actually. She wants me to keep growing it out.
Yeah, go get out of the way of the microphone there, and let's take a look at that. Like I can't see it there. Turn another way. Is your little light on in there?
It's here.
It's so hard to see the hairs.
Yeah, I have so much hair.
There
Here we go.
Turn on the damn light. Now go over to the yeah. Okay, so now you can see. Wow, that is an unfortunate distribution of hair. You
Oh
you
man.
need more help there. I think.
She wants me to keep. Hey,
You tell
it's
her
not
it's
my
like,
orders.
this is only going to get longer. It's not going to come out of other areas.
Well, Jeffrey, I also have a wedding coming up, and my mom was like, "You better shave it. You absolutely have to
well,
shave
you've
it.
got
You're not being a
Mom
Southern
Trump's
gentleman."
girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sorry, hun, but Mama said I gotta shave this off.
She was threatening serious concerns. She said, "I might get grounded if I don't shave it, and I don't want to get grounded, Jeffrey."
You're a grown ass man.
I know. He still finds a way.
No, that's probably fair. My mom said that to me. I do the same thing. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Beer Bob was
Glad you
saying that the Diamondbacks should have swept the Braves.
Oh,
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And if that is all about the bullpen, then that is the problem.
Have you seen Have you seen Joe Mantiply's ERA this season?
Is it like 19?
16.
Oh my God, I was just kidding.
You were close.
I was so close.
His ERA is literally 16 this season. Bryce Jarvis is a 7.36, and Ryan Thompson struggled as well. And Ryan Thompson seems like a good dude. I've heard great things from him from people that work in the organization. But man, it was a rough outing. This D-backs bullpen just doesn't seem to have an answer. Outside of Justin Martinez, he's been good. But same old thing, Jeffrey. Same old thing.
Well, time to maybe make a few changes. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Lost Toby sent over a thing that says Matt Strom of the Phillies has been told he looks like Nick Cage from National Treasure.
Oh,
so he put the Declaration of Independence on his glove. So his glove actually has that on there, and he does. Is that a doctored picture?
Matt Strom, this is the same guy that broke his fingernail from moving boxes, if you remember.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yep.
You wear a glove all the time, you wuss.
Yeah, he should. He should.
Beer Bob says, a tap room is when a business brings in beers. A brew house is when a company brews their own beer. Also over at Yucca, you have to go on the other side to the other room where the concerts are not happening for the better beer. We figured that out because the bar in the Yucca tap room was just a sad looking place.
Really?
And so we were sitting there and we're like, well, let's walk around. And we went over where all the pinballs were. And we're like, okay, this is interesting. And they had like a little mini bar over there. And I was like, that's nicer.
Yeah.
And then of course, all the people that were playing the pinball machines, whew. And then we went over across the other side and it was like, oh, there's a very nice bar over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right, Beer Bob. You're right about that. We just learned the hard way.
Yeah.
I guess we shouldn't have ordered right there.
Right.
And I paid, and I even tipped the guy, but I paid way more money for a beer and a Shirley Temple than probably should have.
So who all went, Jeffrey? It was you,
just us,
your
just
wife,
me and my wife.
Randy didn't go?
Nope. Randy wasn't feeling up to it.
What about Ralph?
Nope. No, he blew me off completely.
Ralph, that is not a surprise.
Never even told me. He says, hey, I'll let you know. And then I never heard from him again.
Well, I'm glad you and your wife had fun at least.
No, she enjoyed it. We got t-shirts too. I was going to wear one today and I forgot.
Oh, shoot.
I got a light sleeper t-shirt and everything.
How was Fish Tank? Was he, what instrument?
Great.
Is he a singer?
Listen, their drummer is really good. And
that's awesome.
Fish Tank is an exceptional guitar player. And it was, it had a great vibe. The whole thing had a great vibe.
So cool.
Wow. And the crowd was really into it. A lot of the crowd who maybe didn't know them was enjoying what they were doing. It was good.
Wow.
It was a good deal.
Good stuff.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Good stuff, Fish Tank.
Yeah.
Love to hear it, man.
So, we're going to, I told him, I says, I want to do like some sort of event with Blender and have you guys come out and then all the super fans come out too. And we'll just make a big old party out of it. So he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's see. Navy Brad says, just tuned in. Heard you discuss a player that tried to take his life. Don't hate on him for that. Oh, Navy Brad, nobody was. We were talking about the fan that got ejected for hating on him for that, or just trying to use it to get under his skin.
Yep.
So no, don't. Boy, if you came in the middle and that's what you're walking away with, we're stunned because that is none of us were hating on him for that.
Yep.
We were hating on the douchebag fan for that.
Yeah, fans got to watch themselves, man. It's a thing. Maybe it had something to do with sports betting. I would not be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
Donnie's an a-hole, by the way. Have I mentioned that lately?
You have not mentioned it. Well, you have mentioned it.
Yeah.
Now we've
so him and Fish Tank don't get along, And so anytime I talk about Fish Tank's band, he gets about it. And he says, can we move on from the garage band and talk hoops? Well, first off, wouldn't you rather wait till Ralph is on the show later to talk hoops?
Talk hoops, yeah.
And also, nobody cares about your Minnesota Timberwolves. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Okay, Donnie?
Yep.
So it's like, you're beating the Lakers. You should be beating the Lakers.
Yeah.
But if you're smart, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have even said that.
See, that's where you went wrong.
Better to wait until Ralph is on to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Mr. Pink Eye says, who needs more hairs? Well, Harris does in the facial area.
Yep. It's patchy, you could say. I
Mhm.
haven't gotten the best feedback from it, but hey, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep going. Ladies' orders here. I might have to shave it before the wedding, though, as I was saying before. My mom saw it on FaceTime. She did not like it.
You got to do what mom says. I get that. But
Yeah.
listen,
Yep.
a man who shaves his beard because a woman says to deserves neither.
Uh-oh.
Think
So
about
this is
that.
a shot at me.
Do you want to shave it all off or do you want to
I'm
shave
gonna
it
have
off?
to think about that.
Would
I'm
you
gonna have to
rather
think
be
about it.
clean shaven?
You know, I like the stash, honestly. At the beard and stuff, I could probably go without it.
Can I give you some advice?
Give me
If we
advice.
do a live remote broadcast, you're going to want to shave it off so you look like somebody that Moist One has to be 500 yards away from. That'll protect you.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. Now I catch your drift.
Navy Brad, we're all on the same page. It's all good, man.
Yep.
Kane Kitten says he is getting arrested and thrown in Diamondbacks jail. He says it's a long story. It was a Sunday night game. Drank a ton of beer. Long story short. Well, wait, you're either going to tell the long story or you're going to give me the. Don't start by telling me it's a long story.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
expecting
And then
a
say long story short. Yeah.
And then cut the long story
Now we're
short.
confused. We don't know if it's going to be a short or
may-
long story.
Maybe I was nestled in and ready for a
Yeah.
good tale, and now you're shortening it up. I'm a
come
little
on. Yeah, yeah.
disappointed.
I'm quite disappointed, Jeffrey.
He says,
Very
long
disappointed.
story short, too late. After a warning or two, I tried to run past the security guard, tried to move him out of the way with my arm like a running back.
Are you serious?
He grabbed me with his security guard training skills, slammed me into the wall, and then the sheriff
Oh.
deputy put the handcuffs on me and they led me away.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
So that was 25, 26 years ago, huh?
25, 26 years ago. Wow. Wow.
Moist One wants to talk about the draft. Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
That is insane.
By the way, Moist One, when we talk about the Seahawks in the draft, then that'll cover you too when we heckle on Ralph
Yes.
for his team.
There's nothing like watching a security guard totally take out a fan. It's the best.
Oh, I always enjoy that.
Oh, I always enjoy that.
Because
I'll
they
go back
never
and watch
don't deserve it.
it. Yeah, no, they're always begging for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
people who don't need to be, apprehended aren't doing what they're doing. So
Right.
if you get tackled or you get the forearm shiver, that's on you.
those security guards do a lot of standing around. So the moment they see somebody, they're like, "Oh,
Christmas.
this is my opportunity."
Yep.
It's a Christmas morning, like you
Mhm.
said.
Mhm.
Yep.
But I see, as much as I enjoy that, I also enjoy when the security guard trying to tackle somebody eats it.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, oh, and then the guy thinks he's got
those
hope,
are
and then
so
another
funny.
security guard comes out and obliterates him. So it's like, oh, there's like 2 for 1.
Oh, it's the best.
Now it's Christmas for me.
Yeah, now you get 2 gifts in one morning instead of one.
Mm.
Man.
Quiet Cannon says, great idea, Jeffrey. Book a bar, have the band that you went to see on Saturday, and you can tell a few jokes. Get the bring in the fourth dimension. Fish Tank's band, awesome. I kind of fell apart on you there, Quiet Cannon.
Kind of did, but
And I
sorta
don't need
saw
to
where
tell
you
any
were going.
jokes. I think it'd just be good to have a Blender remote broadcast, and then afterwards, or even during, we get some songs from Fish Tank's band,
Heck
Light
yeah.
Sleeper.
Oh yeah.
And then we have a little party afterwards
For
where
sure.
we drink and watch a full show by his band. I did. You know what I did? We were standing there in the crowd. I did yell out, "Do burn in hell, Lakers!" But he didn't hear me. I wasn't loud enough.
Oh man, he would have loved that.
I don't know if he'd have played it or not, but I think he might have tried at least his part.
At least
So.
his part, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet.
Lost Toby says he hasn't been clean shaven since 2014.
Who, me?
No, he has. It's not
Oh,
all about
Lost
you, Harris.
Toby.
Lost Toby.
Oh, he was talking about himself. I think he was talking
I'm
about
hoping
me.
he's talking about his face.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, I've been clean shaven for 99% of my life. This is this never happens. I'm
Pink
trying
Eye
something new
says
here.
we could try to transplant hairs from other parts of your body. Just for from your, do you have, Pink Eye, you assume he has hair on other parts of his body.
First off, I got chest hair. Let me say, I have chest hair. Good
Is it
amount.
enough to make a beard?
I don't know, actually. Wait, I'm not sure.
Pink Eye, all
It's
he's
on
got
the
is
edge
hairy
here.
nipples. So
Is that so?
There's nowhere else to get some leg hair. Do you have any leg hair?
I do.
You're gonna have a weirdest looking beard, though.
I know, dude. It's my whole family. Yeah, I have so much hair up here. This is a legit afro at this point, So maybe I take some of this and put it here, but then the beard would just be a bunch of curly hairs.
Hair is not everybody. Not everybody's supposed to have a beard.
This is fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Just probably let it go.
I know. We'll see, Jeffrey. I haven't made up my mind yet.
I'm running out of time here. Hamilton Porter says watching them track down the streakers at baseball games is like the best.
Oh, it so is.
Yeah, who wants to tackle a naked guy though? You know what I mean? I mean, I imagine there's some people who do, but not me.
Yeah.
Walter Mellon says, "Hey,
Voice
I don't
one,
watch
potentially.
y'all on YouTube, but there is a way. Harris can shave his beard to make it look good. Is there a way he can shave his beard to make? No. There's no trimming. There's no amount of anything. It's more about." He's got landing strips all over his face.
A lot of open real estate, as Jeffrey
There's
kindly stated on Friday.
It looks like if you look at his face, it looks like a road course. He just goes around this way and then around. There's just a lot of skin involved here.
Yeah, there is.
There's not like you can fill in just a little something here and there.
No.
There's
I think the mustache is getting somewhere. I think the beard, it's a work in progress.
Probably just let it go.
I still don't want to let it go. I still just don't want to let it go. I don't know.
If it makes your gal happy to a point where it makes you happy, I don't give a crap what you do. Kyle G says half Fish Tank's band performed during the draft party. They can cover the ad breaks or do a show afterwards. Yeah, I thought about that too, Kyle G.
Not a bad idea, Kyle
I think
G.
we need to have more than just one party a year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Navy Brad says, I'm in for the remote. I'll bring Stella. Oh, you probably shouldn't do that. I don't know if you want to bring a service dog to a loud ass rock band. That might not be fair to Stella's ears.
Okay, so Stella's a dog. I didn't know if Stella was a date or whoever it was. Okay.
I think I straightened that out when I said don't bring a dog.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying like, man, is your girlfriend ugly? Not what I was doing there. All right, listen, we got to take a break. We come back. We got more stuff to talk about in the world of baseball, and we got a bunch of basketball to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Other things as well. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hardworking, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
They say all good things come to those who wait, but not for those who wait for that next auto breakdown that could cost you thousands of dollars. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance Auto Protection Plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call. 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
It's the bone-crushing hits. The searing sounds of training camp.
Come on, knock your ass back. All gas, no brakes. Let's go.
Soon, the new recruits will show up for minicamp. And then it's down to business in training camp. When it comes to the NFL, we talk about it. We're 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for the NFL.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh, this is fun. I just saw a thing that has a picture of Dak Prescott on it. It says, hey, NFL draft is too long. So I want to see 32 picks in 3 hours. I just throw on a Dak Prescott yearly highlight reel. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I admit it. It's witty.
Beer
It's
Bob
witty.
says, just checked out the YouTube feed. If Harris's other body hair is anything like the mop he has in his head, he's going to look like a Brillo pad. Well, but he's behind the microphone, so you can't really see very well what the current state of his facial hair is. But
Right.
yeah. Navy Brad, yes, there he is. There she
That was a
is.
good one. The combination of this,
Hold on there. I'm looking at dog.
Oh, okay.
You got to listen as much as you talk. I just want you to know. I just said, oh, look, there she is. And you just started talking. You had no idea what I was talking about. I could have a naked picture on here. You wouldn't even know it.
I was thinking of
wouldn't
what
show
to
it
say.
you, but
Yeah.
no, there's Stella right there with Navy Brad there. Yeah, great dog. Great dog. Nobody's saying she's not a great dog. But Navy Brad says, yeah, Triple H, Stella's my service dog. Still, I don't know. I'm sure that Stella would not get all weird or have a problem, but I just feel bad for her ears. Not that Fish Tank's band is bad. It's just loud. So
And that can be taken in the wrong way.
I ain't
But
gonna
we're
tell
not
you-
meaning to be. We're
Yeah.
dissing his band.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. It's a good band.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see little Stella's ear holes hurt.
Right. Right.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Meatball Monday. Stop trying to make up sayings for days of the week. We got Taco Tuesday. We don't need anything else.
Big George, I've tried this, and this is Jeffrey's job. This is Jeffrey's job, and it is indeed Taco Tuesday.
See, now this is where you're wrong, Harris. You don't understand.
Yes.
I don't need you telling me because I have it wrapped up what today's national day is.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
He's trying to do is rename days of the week like Thirsty Thursday, Taco Tuesday.
So he's making his own.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's trying to create his own. Okay.
And I respect the attempt because I tried to get a saying started, like a viral saying, an exclamation. It just never really took off, which makes me sad because I really hoped it would.
Yeah.
Sweet monkey meat. I really wanted that to be a thing.
Shoot.
Couldn't get any traction on it.
See, the thing about you, Jeffrey, is you commit to the bit. You commit to the bit.
Well, it's not a bit. I really was hoping people would take off with it, but then they didn't. So I let it go.
Yeah.
Big George, we don't need a Monday thing. Meatball Monday? What if somebody's a vegetarian?
Yeah,
And
that's a good point. Yeah,
some
you gotta look out
sad,
for everyone.
pathetic vegetarian.
What if someone hasn't had meatballs? Ever think of that, Big George?
I mean, all of us men have meatballs.
This is true. Oh, I'm saying, oh, yeah. Yeah, now I see your point. Yep.
Whatever the point George is trying to make is, he says, if you're going to be coming out to San Diego, Harris, we need to get together and I'll show you around the hood. Also, you need to do some derma rolling to increase your collagen production to help with beard thickness.
I've been told beard oil is a big one.
You got to have a beard to oil.
Oh,
if
I
you
don't
have
know if it
no
helps.
beard to oil, you're going to end up with zits.
Here's an idea. Maybe I use Brian Urlacher's product that he used for his hair, but instead of just putting it on my head, I could put it on my beard. Ooh, now we're talking. How about that?
What are you saying?
Brian Urlacher used this product. I can't remember
He
exactly.
didn't use a product. He got hair implants.
Oh, so
You don't
what
know
you're
that?
saying is, no, I thought he used a product.
No, he went to Bosley and then they took hair from the back and they put it in the front or something.
So what you're saying is I need to get beard implants for this to
You
work.
just
This
need
is
to
the only way
shave
for it to
and
work.
not try to look like a hippie. Sorry, it's just not for everybody to have a beard.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's not.
The Jet says, damn, Jeffrey, feels like a month since I've heard your golden voice. Happy Meet Your Monkey Monday. No, it's not Meet Your Monkey.
Here
I
goes
said,
fourth dimension yet again.
all it is
Really
an
going for the-
exclamation.
Yeah.
Sweet monkey meat, Jet.
Yeah.
You just, and by the way, when I'm talking already, just let me finish my sentence, man.
Yeah.
But the Jet, you just texted in 5 days ago, so shut up. Lost Toby says today is National Superhero Day. Yeah, okay. I didn't see that. I don't care.
I don't know if this is technically superhero related, but I just saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters. That's a top 3 movie of all time.
Who's playing it in the theaters right now?
It's the 20-year anniversary. AMC is.
Yeah.
Yeah. A top 3 movie of all time. That movie is what? What do you mean? What? Jeffrey.
Those 3 movies, right? Was it the 3
Dude.
movies with that little version of Darth Vader looks like he's in a cereal commercial or something.
What?
And then later it's this gothy teenager who's really annoying getting it on with Natalie Portman. And then later on it's this like I have the high ground down again. It's
Oh
like,
my
okay,
gosh.
whatever.
Oh,
It wasn't that great.
what do you mean?
Those new movies were not that great. Sorry,
that is
just the
like a
truth.
shot. That is a shot. That's a shot to the chest. That movie.
I don't care what it is. It's just
amazing.
the
It has
truth.
such a deep meaning. I love that movie.
Okay.
Ugh.
I mean, if you love it, then hey, congratulations. There's something you love. But I
Do I
was
get a trophy?
I went and saw those at the Sin Capri when
Oh,
they came
okay.
out. The original Sin Capri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why are we doing this? Yeah. I don't know.
You see,
it was all right.
When it came out, I remember I was in like elementary school. I was very young. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it made this massive popularity in Star Wars. And so I remember in recess, there were the Star Wars guys, and then there were the Outcasts, the Power Rangers guys, which is where I was.
You
I
sound
was
like
one of
a crap ton of nerds already, like absolute nerds.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think I'm a nerd, or you think I'm a nerd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a nerd. I take it as a compliment, Jeff.
Here's the thing. I'll mention stuff on this show and people are like, you're a nerd. Because I do like the sci-fi. I like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I like Star Trek.
Yeah.
I like Doctor Who. I like tons of different
You're a movie guy.
like Battlestar
movie guy.
Galactica,
Yeah.
movie or TV,
Mhm.
all sorts of stuff. But I don't like you're not gonna find me at like a Comic-Con or a convention.
no.
I just watch it as entertainment and then I go on with my life. I'm not sitting there like dwelling in it. I'm not not like that.
You won't
But it-
find me at a Comic-Con either, Jeffrey. I have standards, dignity.
I've had sex, so I don't think it's appropriate for me to be at one of those things. So, Average Joe says Triple H clearly has low testosterone. He can't grow a beard, and he likes Star Wars prequels. What's worse about what he just said? The needing of testosterone for the beard, or that you like Star Wars?
Oh, the first one. The first one's far worse. The second one, I don't mind. Oh, the first one's a shot. Ouch.
Golden
Ouch.
Domer says, "What if we called it Marinara Monday?" No.
No. See, you're not going to keep. Nothing's going to work here. Just digging yourself a hole.
I mean, you can keep trying. Maybe something took. Maybe I'd be like,
hey, yeah.
"Holy crap!" Because Whiskey Wednesday.
Oh, I mean, you need Randy for that. But yeah, whiskey.
Randy for that.
Doesn't Randy loves whiskey?
I'm the guy who loves whiskey more than Randy.
Really? That's you?
You're new to the show. Stop speaking in absolutes when you don't know what you're talking about.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes, Jeffrey.
Oh, God. What have I done?
You set me up for that. Yes.
Firefarter says, wait a second. Did you say that you show naked pictures on YouTube feed? I may need to sign up. Yeah, okay. We do. We show naked pictures on YouTube all the time.
Don't tell Moist One that.
Oh, Moist One says, I'm a furry.
Oh, there. Oh,
of course you are.
Of course you are.
Slow Mo Zo says, there's a dog in front of me here in traffic and sends a picture of why Slow Mo Zo. Oh, it's a service dog. It's a Labradoodle or a poodle with a mohawk. That's actually kind of awesome.
That's pretty
If that's really in front of you, I don't really believe you that you just took that photo. If you did, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The Jet, no, it's not for the win. There's no win on Margarita Monday.
Yeah.
I do not approve.
Yeah.
Case the Cook says, did Triple H have a summer beard? Some here, some are there, some beard here, some beard there.
You could definitely call it that. Yeah. I have not heard that term.
I would never call it a beard.
Oh, I would call it a beard. There's something. Come on.
Mr. Wilbur says, Triple H, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Bigger boat? For what? What is he talking about?
Quiet Cannon says, you seem like a nerd, Harris. Probably why you get hired. You know more about sports for your age than anybody I've ever heard on radio.
Why, thank you. First off, that's a super kind compliment. And yes.
Well, we were actually worried. We found out that he got a girlfriend since he's been on the show.
Yeah, I did.
Which does happen in radio. That does happen. But I was concerned that he wouldn't know as much about sports the minute he got a girlfriend.
Well, my popularity just got off the charts, and then all these girls just started flocking as soon as I joined the Daily Blender, right? Isn't that what happened to you guys?
Stupid crap like that. That's not true.
Isn't that what happened to you guys? I feel like that's what happened to you guys. That's what happens to everybody.
Randy and I were always popular with the ladies. We didn't need radio for that.
When I told them I'm on the Daily Blender, instantly
the first thing she says, "What? Who? What?"
No.
Berg says Triple H thinks Jar Jar Binks is the best Star Wars character ever.
I don't think he's the best Star Wars character ever. I mean, it's a casual opinion here, but I think it's Anakin. His story is insane. Oh, it's just
I can't stand that kid. He can't act. Lost Toby says, if you've done Monkey Meat Monday, no, even then, I'm not doing Monkey Meat Monday. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Monkey Meat Monday.
Average Joe says, how about make Jeffrey our leader Monday? Well, it's a nice amount of kissing up and everything, but still no.
It doesn't flow either. But, I see the
Moist
message.
One says, menopause Monday.
Oh, my gosh.
If you're dealing with somebody that has that, I could
technically it is. Yep. That is the day, Menopause Monday.
Big George says, sorry, Harris. Agreed with Jeffrey. Revenge of the Sith was, okay. If you saw the original Star Wars movie in theaters, now those are the top three worthy. I saw them in the theaters in the 90s as re-releases for the first time. I did that as well over at the Sing Capri. He says the prequels were just disappointing because they never lived up to the hype, and Hayden Christensen was a horrible Anakin Skywalker.
What? I disagree. I think he was awesome, Anakin Skywalker. I mean, obviously the best one was when Vader ultimately protects Luke from being killed by Palpatine. I think that's the best part.
Spoilers.
I mean, I'm sure everyone here has watched it.
No,
came out.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, that movie's it's just such a redemption story, Jeffrey. How can you not get teary-eyed? Come on. It's amazing.
Teary-eyed over Star Wars? Never.
Yeah, I have. I'm going to be honest.
I'm not surprised. So the Jet, I'm not reading that one. I hate that joke. Slow Mo Zo says, Jeffrey, have you ever met this girlfriend? Yes, we're all suspicious. Lost Toby says,
oh my gosh.
By the way, Margarita Monday is already a thing. Well, not here. We got just all we really observe here, all we truly and really observe here on this show is Taco Tuesday.
That is correct, Jeffrey.
The second, just least annoying one is going to be Thirsty Thursday, because I get it. Thursday is a good day to go out and get yourself a good drink on a happy hour or something, but we really just need Taco Tuesday. It's the only one. So if anybody comes up with a good one, I might sanction it. But right now, they're all unsanctioned outside of Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. Yep.
Hamilton Porter says, newsflash, none of the Star Wars movies are that good.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I've heard that from a lot of people with small penises. I have. And, you might as well be one of them, Hamilton Porter.
Heck yeah, Jeffrey. Heck yeah. I love it. Yes.
But the ones Harris likes, they're not that good.
Oh, man, I was on your side. Ugh, whatever.
We got to take a break. We come back. Let's get back to the sports, shall we? Let's talk. I don't want to talk about. We're going to talk some basketball because the playoffs are in full effect.
They are
getting close to over for many teams. Over for one team, but we'll cover the entirety of what is happening in the playoffs. But let's leave the Lakers and Timberwolves for last, because if we do that, that'll carry us into the next hour, where Ralph is going to have to eat a big old sandwich of it.
Oh,
you know
I can't wait. I can't wait.
So let's do that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom.
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank NA, member FDIC.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
They say all good things come to those who wait, but not for those who wait for that next auto breakdown that could cost you thousands of dollars. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance Auto Protection Plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Because of you, an unsheltered neighbor can have a warm meal, a shower, and clean clothes. Because of you, a struggling family will receive assistance to stay in their home. Because of you, a lost soul can regain hope. Because of you, the Salvation Army can give a hand up to those facing hardship in your local community. Donate now at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
325 NASCAR Championship Weekend.
October 31st through November 2nd. Experience the thrill of NASCAR racing at Phoenix Raceway. October 31st, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. November 1st, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. And it all culminates with the NASCAR Cup Series Championship on Sunday, November 2nd. This event will sell out. Go to PhoenixRaceway.com for more. Don't miss the NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Get your tickets now.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Moist One says,
I hate how they never focused on all the pleasurable things you could do with the Force. Oh, they did. Remember when he killed all them kids?
Yeah, that was crazy.
When Darth Vader just hacked up all the younglings.
Oh my gosh.
I love that part.
Oh, it's crazy.
Historian says, my apologies for the late text. Been driving and, well, texting doesn't mix, but I saw the original Star Wars back in 1977 in the theater.
Okay.
Followed by the next two. Prequels are a prime example of what not to do. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Ewan McGregor. And didn't mind Liam Neeson there. And you've taken, like it was just another episode of Taken. But it was, they had the right pieces, but then it turns out, hey, George Lucas is not that good at things. So
I disagree with that. I heavily disagree with that.
He's not that good at things.
I think the first one was, I think it left some to be desired. I'll say that. Third one hit. There's no way that you could possibly say that was a bland movie with the deep meaning.
That was a bland movie.
Oh, my
See what I did with my mouth?
Oh, I see it.
888-368-1580. All right, enough of this nerd stuff. We gotta talk about some of the things that happened over the weekend. Now, the draft just pretty much took up all of our attention and thought processes. Laughing at Shedeur Sanders as he continued to slide. And yes, we are going to talk about the practical joke and all that stuff a little bit later when we actually do talk about the outcome of the NFL draft. We'll talk about the Cardinals and how I'm still talking, Harris.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake.
We'll talk about the Cardinals and how they did. And then, of course, everybody will have a chance to talk about how their draft went, maybe give your team a draft grade if you have one. I know most people who love their teams will probably give their team a mediocre to not great grade because nobody's ever happy after the NFL draft. Very few teams are ever very happy. I mean, even if you look at last year's draft where they got Marvin Harrison, then you look back at some of the picks and you could probably be picky about it, I guess. But I mean, you happy with your Titans?
I'm not angry. I'd say I'm in the middle. 5 out of 10.
So it was kind of a bland, like the Star Wars prequels. That's what it was for you. Berg says, "Hey, remember drive-in theaters? Yeah, yes. I took
theaters
my kids to drive-in theaters in Scottsdale before I don't know if it's there anymore, but we saw a couple of movies there. We drove away from one of them. Yeah, I think I took my son to see. That's where we went to go see Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Yeah,
because he wanted to.
Dukes of Hazzard movie. I've never heard of that.
He's like, there's a Dairy Queen nearby, right, Dad? Yeah, we're out of here. Just drove the hell out of there.
Get a Blizzard, man. Blizzard's good.
The only other movie I just walked out of was Starsky and Hutch. That was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Let's talk about the NBA playoffs.
Let's do it.
Start with the first one out. That's right, the Grizzlies and Thunder.
Yeah.
And the Thunder took them out 4-0. We did predict a sweep. It's not the only sweep we predicted, but of course, Heat and Cavaliers still got to play, right?
Yeah, I guess we're talking NBA now. I guess we actually have to do our jobs here, Jeffrey. Oh man, I guess we can't stop talking about Star Wars. But I'll say
the whole thing is our job, Harris. Just
anyway, I'll say this. In terms of the Grizzlies and Thunder, Memphis has just got defensive issues. That's an entire thing. Oklahoma City came in winning 8 straight against the Grizzlies. They were not only the better team, but they were just a heck of a matchup for them. And it showed. They might win the whole thing, Jeffrey. This might be the Thunder's year.
Well, that is what a lot of people are thinking about OKC looking dominant. That's why when you first saw Thunder pulled the Grizzlies, well, this will be quick. And it was quick.
Yep.
But what about, the Cavalier and the Heat? Are the Cavs going to put the Heat away?
Yeah, they honestly should because
boom, another sweep coming up.
Another sweep, Jeffrey.
Here in about 45 minutes.
Yep, it's not going to be. I mean, none of these games, one of them, but none of these games have particularly been close either. Excuse me, none of them have been close. So I expect this to continue.
All right. So forget about the Lakers Timberwolves, but that's okay.
Yeah,
because that's not going to be the one you say. Is the Nuggets Clippers the best series we've got?
Right now, man. The Knicks and Pistons is close, but the Nuggets and Clippers is the best series we have right now. Because you could say people have forgotten about how good Kawhi Leonard is. When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he is one of the best basketball players in the world. So this Jokic-Kawhi matchup here, it's entertaining. This is the best series, Jeffrey.
All right. So where is it going? So it's tied up 2-2.
Okay. Yeah.
They got their next game is tomorrow night on TNT.
Yep. So
who do you like?
I think the Clippers are the better team. I think the home court advantage on the Nuggets is going to be what sets them over.
All right. Yep. All right. So let's go to another series. Let's see. That's it. The only other series that's even close, it's just because they ain't played yet today, is Rockets and Warriors. The Warriors lead the Rockets 2-1. Is it going to be 3-1 after the night?
Yeah, because Golden State's expected to get Jimmy back, and The fact that they beat them by 11 without Jimmy, that's telling. Very telling. I think Golden State wins this in 6.
We need a little just for men, I think, in Draymond's beard.
Oh, yeah. They were talking a lot about beards recently. Draymond's got some gray in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't match the his age. He's not so old he should have that.
He's like in his early 30s.
What is he doing to himself? He's pre-aging.
I mean, LeBron, I get it. But Draymond, I don't know, man. Oh.
Well, the other games, the other matchups that we're about to talk about are all lopsided at this moment. In fact, most of the playoffs seem to have been extremely lopsided, but that's what happens when you have an 8 versus a 1 and a 7 versus a 2 and so on. But all right, so let's talk about the Pacers and the Bucks. The Pacers are on top 3-1 on that series, but I think the Bucks have suffered some injury that might just put the might just put the nail in the coffin.
Yep. Honestly, Dame Lillard tearing his Achilles. Oh, it's going to be a long offseason for Milwaukee. Because to be honest with you, since they fired Budenholzer and since they've traded Drew Holiday, they've been a shell of themselves. They've been a shell of what they've used to be. I don't even think they made the conference finals since then. Giannis has been hurt as well at times. They've struggled with injuries. And so, Indiana's just the more complete team. They're getting more help from their bench. They got a lot of help from Obi Toppin. Milwaukee hasn't necessarily had that. I mean, Indiana's just a more complete team, Jeffrey.
So say goodbye to Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks probably after tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You never know. Where is that one at?
Game 4?
Yeah, game 4, 5.
Well,
Where's
game
5 at?
Game 5 is going to be in Indiana, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. So they do it differently.
So the Bucks will go off into that great good night here very soon. Pistons and Knicks, where the Knicks are on top 3-1 over the Pistons. Somebody had mentioned it earlier today. I think it was it Hamilton Porter about maybe the Pistons got a bad rap from the officiating. What do we know about that?
Well, as of now, there was a potential foul on a 3, and to be honest with you, it didn't look like a foul. It did not look like a foul to me. And I might get some flack from these this weird onslaught of Detroit fans that we have in the fourth dimension. But you know what? It didn't look like a foul.
Yeah, I didn't see the play, but I mean, it's typical.
Yeah.
You're going to hear people complaining, but that was a crucial game for them because otherwise it'd be 2-2. So I guess I'm at the mercy of the super fans and you, Harris. But if Harris says it didn't look like a foul, I guess, what can anyone say about it?
You could technically say it's a little ticky-tack, but is it enough to call at the last? Oh, you know what? I just saw another angle of it. Josh Hart does kind of bump into him. Oh, he does kind of bump into him.
Is that an angle that a ref should have seen?
Is it an angle that the ref should have seen?
Yeah.
He's not right there. So he bumped into him and the ref is near half court. And so it would have been really hard for him to tell, honestly. So I give that ref a pass. But
Right.
yeah, you could have called a foul there easily.
So nobody was in position to see the foul.
No one was
clearly.
in real position that I see to see the foul clearly. And there is a ref there on the sideline. Yeah, someone's in position. It's
So
a
they
bad
blew
call.
it.
They blew it.
They
They
blow it.
completely blew it. Yep.
Well, nothing you can do about it now,
Yep.
but
Nothing you can do about it.
so here you go. Is any chance the Pistons can crawl out of this hole and beat the Knicks?
There's a chance because the Pistons haven't been getting blown out. It's been close. Honestly, the Knicks just experience has allowed them to prevail. The 2 wins and the third one was a bad call. This is one call away from being an absolute classic of a series, Jeffrey. Man, they blew that call. There's
All
one
right.
ref right there.
So that did make the huge difference on that.
It did make a huge difference. I hear you, Hamilton Porter.
And I like it when it's a playoff game and the refs later say, yes, we did miss the call, blah, blah, blah. And
That's
what
it.
good does it do us now?
It doesn't do anything good, man. It doesn't. And the angle that I saw was the high up angle. So it didn't look like a foul at all. But once they show it in slow motion up close, Josh Hart bumps him. He bumps him.
The Jet says, I'm not a Detroit fan at all, but that guy got mugged and screwed.
Yeah.
Lost
Yeah, they
Toby
did.
says, if they call it, no one's saying it's not a foul. Right. They just blew the call by missing the call.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yep, they did.
Let's see. And Celtics and Magic. The Celtics are leading the series 3-1. Nobody expects the Magic is going to be around for much longer, but hey, they won a game.
I'm surprised they won a game, Jeffrey. I was going to say, like, wow. I wasn't expecting them to even win one. This will be a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, I think we were thinking Celtics and Thunder.
Yep, Celtics, Thunder.
In the finals.
It looks like it's going to be the way to go. Celtics, Thunder, especially with the Rockets struggling. I think the Warriors, if they can get Jimmy healthy, are a real dark horse, though.
What about the Timberwolves?
Hey, them too, man.
Let's talk more about that when we come back and talk about Timberwolves Lakers.
Let's do it.
Average Joe says the ref was right next to them, but the Pistons center also pushed a Nick away to grab the ball off the floor. So you got this, you got that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Random Texter says, yeah, Golden State's winning because the referees completely refused to call anything on that team.
I mean, there's been the whole controversy that there's a bunch of moving screens that teams don't call, but honestly, everyone does it nowadays.
Big George says, hey, Harris, since you're from Tennessee, isn't the Grizzlies your team?
Yes, they are. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, listen, we have to take a break. That was 1 hour down and 2 to go. Maybe Ralph will be here in the next hour, and we'll heckle him about the Lakers.
Darn right.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Volunteering creates positive change. You can help people in your community facing adversity, offering them hope and a path to a better future. You will transform lives, find fulfillment, and discover a sense of purpose. Join the Army behind the Salvation Army, dedicated to meeting human needs without discrimination. Discover how at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Volunteers don't necessarily have the time. They simply have the heart. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
As we plan for our retirement, there are 4 questions we need to ask ourselves or our retirement planning advisor. How much? How long? How safe? And what cost? Let's start with how much. That is, how much income we think we'll need each and every year for the rest of our lives, including all the activities we want to enjoy during our retirement, like travel, recreation, and entertainment. Plus the cost of housing, including repair and maintenance, taxes, insurance, and utilities, as well as the cost of healthcare, including expenses not covered by Medicare.
Enjoy safe, secure lifetime income of 5 to 9% for life, depending on age and deferral period, with no fee deductions and no annuitizing. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so let's compare free in Scottsdale. For more, visit iqannuity.com, iqannuity.com, iqannuity.com.
At Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and safe. And that means safe at home, at school, and online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
Learn more at childfund.org.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Once you do it, you gotta trust me.
I got you, Jeffrey.
It's like you're doing ASL over there, and I don't know sign language, but I do know when you do that. Other guys used to do, Harris. They
What
say you're live, and then that'll be it.
I like giving you a cool hand signal.
It's not a cool hand, so you like Kermit the Frog in there. It's okay. Sometimes I pretend not to see it, so you keep having to do it.
And that makes me do it even more because I don't think you see it.
Anyway, what was I? Oh, that's right. Everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He's doing something that's none of your business, but we got Harris Hicks in the control room, and Ralph is sort of joining us. We got a blank screen on Ralph, but I know he's there.
I'm here.
Yeah. What's wrong with your camera there?
I'm working on it.
Did it die of terminal ugliness, or what?
No, it just hasn't set it up yet.
Gonna need to get a new camera, I guess.
I think Jeffrey's right on this.
Texters are on the text line 888-368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And random texter earlier said, yeah, Golden State's winning is because the referees refused to call anything on them. And he wanted to expand on that. He says, listen, I'm not talking about the moving picks on Golden State. You're right. Everybody does that. But Draymond Green walks on water. Dude, he starts crap with everybody and is in every fisticuff, and he doesn't get called for anything. It's always Houston.
I think the reason why Houston lost is because they lost by 11 points. And so if you want to play ref ball and a team loses by 1 to 2 points, fine. If you want to play ref ball when the team is losing by double digits, that's a problem. So,
Ralph, it looks like somebody stole your table and your camera.
Oh, your camera's on.
It's the wrong camera.
Look, there he is.
I'll be there in a sec.
Boy, he's a lot of work when it comes to his production.
I thought he was going to say they lost because they scored more points. I was going to laugh.
Well, that's
what it sounded like you were going for.
I was thinking about it, and then I decided to take it easy on him. I was thinking of saying that.
Well, whatever happens, things are looking pretty good for the Warriors to take out the Rockets, whether the refs are heavily involved or not. But how close were these games? How close were these 3 games?
Well, Golden State won 104-93 last time, and then they've won by 10. Game 1 and game 2 Houston won, game 3 so they've won by double digits the 2 times they've won.
All right. I mean, it's not a crazy
10 and
blowout,
11,
but it's by a handy amount.
Yeah.
Random texter, I don't think the refs spotted them 10 points with bad calls or non-calls.
10 points is a lot for bad calls. And there also were some calls that may have gone Golden State's way as well. That happens. So, yeah.
But, listen, I get it. That's your team, and sometimes it's hard. Big George says, wow, some hard-hitting analysis right there from Harris. Harris said Houston lost because they lost by 11 points. That's why Harris gets paid the big bucks.
Hey, Big George, it's what I do, man. It's what I do. Yep. I'm an important role here. Got to lay the truth out.
Ralph, you can't hide from us
He's trying
forever.
to hide.
We're going to talk Lakers and Timberwolves.
I'm ready to talk. Let's talk.
That's
it
why
seems like
hiding.
every time you've been on the show lately, you're distracted by some technical thing that you can't figure out.
Distracted, quote.
Definitely at the remote I was.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I think he's hiding. I
hide from nobody.
We won't let Donnie hurt you.
Donnie.
See, this is the thing, man.
I like Donnie.
I don't care for Donnie at all. But here's the thing. I like Chief Skull. I like some other Minnesota fans. And so I want to be happy for the Timberwolves because it's also annoying you. So, I'd get pluses across the board if it weren't for Donnie. Donnie being happy makes me unhappy. I want the Timberwolves to suffer, but I don't want these other guys to suffer. So the whole thing makes it a little more difficult. But I think we only have a song about the Lakers burning in hell. I don't think we have a song about Timberwolves. So, when it comes to everything, I still need I feel like I want the Lakers to lose no matter what. I think that's pretty much it.
I'm of the unpopular opinion that I actually like Don. He's giving
You
me some
don't
nice
know Donnie.
compliments.
You've never met Donnie. You don't even see how he once he finds you on Twitter, he's gonna come after you.
Oh, is that so?
Oh yeah, he's a troll.
Okay, I'll keep it.
He's a constant troll.
He's a. I'll keep an open mind. I'll keep an open mind, Jeffrey.
Doesn't get to me because I don't care.
Yeah.
Other people kind of care. And then I don't know how he ran amok of Fish Tank. One of the nicest guys, right?
Yeah, Fish Tank seems nice. Yeah.
By the way, Ralph, I never did hear back from you. We went to see Fish Tank's Light Sleeper show on Saturday, and we never heard another peep out of you. Did he just?
Oh, did he? Oh, he just vanished. I mean, that's ironic because that's exactly what happened over the weekend. That's exactly what happened over the weekend.
Oh,
he's just doing what he's been doing.
Oh well.
Oh well. Well, at least I know that he does exist.
Yeah.
Because for a while I didn't think he existed.
Now it's echoing.
I
Oh,
don't know
is
what
he
I
back?
thought Harris got rid of me for a second.
No, I was
I
saying
mean-
I never heard back from you about the Light Sleeper show on Saturday.
The Light Sleeper show.
You were supposed to come out to the Yucca
oh.
Tap Room and see
Yeah,
Fish
there's a whole-
Tank's band.
Somebody's
There's
in
a whole story
trouble.
about
Uh-oh.
Well, there was no story
No
on my
story
phone.
of
You were like, "Hey, don't
excuses.
worry, I'll text you and let you know." Never heard another
Ralph,
word.
Yeah,
you
you don't want to know.
You underestimate my power, Ralph. I mean, I can
Harris,
take you
have
out
no
at any
power.
moment.
What are you talking about?
I am of the board here. I can take him out at any moment.
Whoa.
Wait, why are you even threatening him right now? What did he say to you?
I thought he was hiding. Oh, he's back
He's
now.
so not hiding. He decided to digitally zoom in on that face.
Now he's back. Hi, Ralph.
Yeah, we got the echo though, Ralph. You're probably gonna want to kill that speaker.
Yeah.
Lost Toby says that's wild talk. Dylan Brooks literally swiping at Curry's injuries thumb when he doesn't even have a ball.
What?
He's got no balls?
He has no ball. Yeah.
I think what Lost Toby is trying to say is that he took a swipe at Curry's injured hand even when he didn't have the ball. I didn't see it, Lost
Oh.
Toby, so I can't even speak to that.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So hey, Ralph,
Yes, sir.
why do your Lakers suck so much?
They don't.
They're getting beat 3-1 right now by the Timberwolves.
And you think it's over?
Yes,
I think you're wrong.
because I mean, for one thing, your team is tired. They are gassed. That's the whole thing everybody's talking about. Oh, they were gassed down the stretch. Oh, they're tired. Oh, it is true. You got an old man on your team, but that old man is a beast when he wants to be. But as far as the team in general goes, I mean, you're down 3-1.
Well, I mean, the Lakers have one glaring issue, right? Which we already knew they had.
No big.
Right. They have no big, and you're seeing the effect of that. That's the problem, right? So I still think the series is not over. I mean, it's just not.
You're correct. It's not over until the Timberwolves beat the Lakers. What's that? Tomorrow night? Yeah, Wednesday night.
I think
Yeah.
the Lakers will come back and win the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see what happens in game 6. Game 6 will be the pivotal game. If the Lakers go up there and win, then game 7's, all bets off.
Where
We'll
is
see.
the next game, by the way?
LA.
I'll place a bet with you, Ralph. I think Minnesota's going to win the series.
Well, sure. It's easy for you to place a bet when you're up 3-1. Let's wait till we get 3-3.
I was
then
trying to
we'll-
get you to say yes. Gosh darn it.
So wait a
I'm
second.
not that dumb.
Where were the first two games?
LA.
Yeah, next to
LA has
Minnesota.
home
You
court.
lost a game at home already,
Yes.
Yeah,
and then
you did.
you won a game in
Right.
Minnesota.
No, you lost a game in LA, won a game in LA. And I
didn't-
think they lost 2 in Minnesota.
Oh,
So now you have the final 3.
right now it's going. Okay, you're in bad shape here. You know that, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, is that so? So being down 3-1 isn't a good shape.
I had this
Hmm.
argument with Neil yesterday too, because he's a Minnesota person. I said, dude, it's not over yet.
What is
come
with
on.
all these Minnesota people? They're everywhere, Jeffrey. What
It's
must
not
we do?
over. I mean, he's right. It's not over. They could win the next game.
Yeah.
If you don't think they can win the next 3 games, I mean, come on, why not?
No, do not think they can
Why
win
not?
the next 3.
Why not?
Well, the last 4 games have shown us the patterns.
Look, I don't think the Lakers win a championship this year without a big. I already knew that, but I
Yeah.
think they can get past Minnesota.
They are not going to get past Minnesota.
We'll see.
Are you
I-
saying
I'm
the
not-
Lakers should get a big and sign Randy? I think that's what they should do.
Sign who?
Randy
White.
White.
That's a big. I'm not sure I want to sign Randy. He's a little too slow.
I disagree.
And his vertical, I mean, he needs a bigger vertical.
I respectfully disagree. His verticals.
Well, he has zero vertical.
But he's all hard.
If we put food on an upper shelf, maybe there's a vertical.
I mean, yeah, true.
You know,
that's true. The Lakers are a big away from being a major contender for a title.
This is true. I agree with that.
That's just the one piece that they'll find.
That's it. You think the only reason they're down 3-1 is a lack of a big? There's no other reason. In your
I think
mind.
you definitely saw that in the losses that they had. Absolutely, it's Gobert. I mean, looks like he's a great player when he's not, because there's no big. So you can see it on the inside of the games when they're coming in inside defensively. If you have Anthony Davis in there, that doesn't happen. They need a big. So
it's not the only issue, though. It's not the only deficit that you're ending up with.
It's the main issue.
Donnie says, I told you, Ralphie boy. Anthony Edwards is getting the baton pass from LeBron this series. They have no bench.
Okay, yeah, he is.
I wouldn't say they have no bench. They just have no big.
Ralphie boy is disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
No, Donnie's all right.
So let's pause a second. Anthony Edwards is getting the baton passed by LeBron. I don't think so.
Yeah,
No. Who would be more likely to be the next guy? Because we went from Michael Jordan to LeBron to Kobe to LeBron. Who's the next guy if not Anthony Edwards?
Luka.
Yes, this could be
Jokic, says Moist One.
It's Luka.
Honestly, Jokic is generational. Jokic is generational levels of good. Like Jokic is by far and beyond the best player in the world. He is. We can establish. Oh no!
I don't know about the best. I don't know. He's definitely top 3.
What?
I'm a Luka guy. I like Luka's an amazing
you're
player.
so biased. You are full of it.
Jersey on.
You know, when he was in Dallas, I thought he was great. Look what he did last year in the playoffs by himself.
You called him a fat donut eating son of a bitch.
I did not.
Oh wait, no, that was me.
Oh,
yeah, that was you.
You know an issue with the Lakers too? What? No one's talking about turnovers. 58-43 in turnovers.
I thought you meant all the Apple turnovers that Luka eats. Just sitting there.
While he's playing Call of Duty. Honestly, the turnovers, and Luka Doncic is responsible for a lot of those turnovers.
Well, he's also playing sick and he's playing hurt. So
sure. No. Listen, LA's got a lot of excuses.
He's full
he
of them.
fits right in with.
He's got a whole list of them. He probably wrote them down right before.
The series is not. When they come back and win this series, you shall all come and shower me with your praises.
I can't get over.
I'll shower you.
I didn't say to be golden. Don't be golden.
I had it coming. Jeffrey beat me to it. I was going to say that too.
Hurry Harry says, why wouldn't Anthony Edwards be the next one to take the trophy? Well, we're not talking about the trophy. We're talking about who's the next guy. Michael Jordan.
Could be Tatum. Kobe, could be Tatum.
Then LeBron. Then you think Jason Tatum?
Could be. Not as the best player in the league, but as the face of the league.
There's more to being the guy. There's a charisma that comes with it. There's a mystique. There's a holy crap, this guy, look at what he does. And even in his older age, his elderly situation, even on his losing team, LeBron James still has the it factor to turn it on and just go off on you. You can never disrespect LeBron James by not being very careful on how you defend him. So, he still has that. I don't see anybody else right now in the NBA that has that.
Well,
I think Luka's right there.
I don't think so.
I think you're going to see it really explode out in LA once LeBron goes away. I mean, you can already see it starting to become Luka's team, right? I mean, LeBron is kind of stepping back.
Okay, if Luka might be the Lakers guy, but I don't think he's the NBA guy.
I think he is.
What about John Morant?
Not seeing it. I don't think so.
John Morant.
John Morant.
You know why? I don't think anybody's on a playground right now draining a bucket going, Luka.
Oh, I don't know, actually.
Like somebody's doing Kobe.
No, I think doesn't he lead the NBA in jersey sales? I mean, he's absolutely the guy.
But that's because he just got traded. So his jersey's new.
Look what he did last year in the playoffs. He single-handedly got Dallas where they went.
There's a lot of dumb people in California. You know that.
Okay, let me say this Jokic stat, by the way. Jokic with Denver, with Jokic on the court, Denver is +5. When he's off, they go to, in the playoffs, when he's off, they have a point differential per 100 possessions of -48. That is a crazy difference.
He's phenomenal.
Best player in the world.
Imagine when he's playing next to Luka next year.
Oh, what are you saying?
Because that could happen.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that could happen.
Wow. Here's why I
Let's
think
talk about it.
here's why I think Ralph could be onto something. It's because Luka Doncic plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's why I think he could be onto something in
But
terms
the
of
rest of the country's not so dumb and gullible. They're going to let ESPN talk them into it because they try to talk you into every story being about the Cowboys and during football, every story being about the Lakers during basketball. They're just trying to cater towards large population groups, but that doesn't make it a reality that these teams are good. The Lakers are going to go out in this series. They are not going to continue, but you're still going to hear about the Lakers and LeBron probably throughout the entirety of the playoffs.
You will.
Because that's what ESPN does.
But look what the
just
Lakers
like
have
they're
done.
still talking about the Cowboys, even though they've been irrelevant for 10 years.
Look what the Lakers have done in the last 2 years. Think about 2-3 years ago where they were.
Don't even talk to me about the COVID thing. Don't even do it.
No, I'm talking about 2-3 years ago where they were. They were really struggling, I'm saying. And look what they've done. This is what they do, right? They brought in another superstar because they have an aging superstar, and they're going to bring in another one right behind them. The Lakers make themselves relevant consistently. That's how they've been.
They're
my
not,
whole lifetime.
even though they're not relevant.
But they are relevant.
Not okay.
Look,
we'll
they
see how
became
this goes at the end of this little playoff series. I think I'll be proven right. But what you have to look at is we're talking about the entirety of the NBA, not just the Lakers. So in the entirety of the NBA, I'm sorry, Luka is not the next Kobe. Luka is not the next Michael Jordan. Luka is not even the next LeBron James. He doesn't. He's really good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But not everybody can be an icon. We're looking at who's the next icon.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I'll say this. The conversation isn't best player in the NBA, right? Because in the 2000s, I mean, you could talk about Shaq. I would put Tim Duncan over Kobe all time in terms of best players in the NBA. I mean,
You're high.
Just as many championships.
We don't
more
test for that.
More MVPs. More MVPs.
What he just said, you should test him every day.
I'd watch his
pass it
chips
with flying
consumption.
colors.
That's how we know.
If
He's
you're
also
going to tell me that Tim Duncan was a better player, more iconic than Kobe, that's insanity.
More iconic, I didn't say. I said better player.
No, he was not a better player. That's ridiculous.
Here's where the difference is, Harris. When you look at an icon, there were times that Michael Jordan was on a basketball court and he wasn't the best player at that moment.
Yep.
But over that course of time, he was the best player, period. And so Tim Duncan, it may have been for a couple of years, like, wow, this guy was really good. But you can't say that he had the stretch of time of being a Kobe level or a Michael Jordan level player.
Have you seen that 2003 finals against the Nets?
I was actually alive for it.
He won. He won that championship. Yeah, he won that championship with no other All-Star on his team. Not a single one.
What did he do next year? He did that
next
that year.
In 04.
What did he do the year before?
In
You see what I'm saying?
In 2
So
years, he
I-
won a championship. And 2 years later than that.
But he didn't do it by himself.
He was the only All-Star on the team. I mean, you never technically
Popovich
do
dunked.
it by itself, but like, no, to win a championship with one All-Star is crazy. He averaged, I think, 17 rebounds per game in that series, like 3-4 blocks, 24 points.
But do you know how you just had to bring this up and you dug deep and everybody else is like, oh, there's a name we haven't heard in a while. That's how you know he was.
I don't think that's how he is. Like, people know the legend of
He
Tim
wasn't
Duncan.
an icon.
People know Hoopers. General
know
Hoopers
he was
know
an
the
icon.
legend of Tim Duncan.
We know and remember him and a bunch of other guys, but
he's a great player.
We're talking icon. We're
Yeah, he's a
talking
great player.
the guy.
The NBA
we don't
will
have
just-
this next generation's guy yet.
The NBA will decide who that next guy is.
Yeah.
The talk
No,
is,
not even the NBA
No, they
decides
will.
that.
But they
The
do
people
because
decide that.
it's
I
the
hear what you're
NBA
saying,
and
Ralph.
it's the media that make that happen. Though. They're the ones that push it. You even said
Yeah.
it yourself. And right
they
now,
didn't push Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan showed up and popped, and all of a sudden people were like, "Whoa, who's this?"
Right.
And everybody collectively went nuts.
I get it.
Everybody collectively went nuts on Kobe. It wasn't just NBA and ads; it was people as well.
Yeah,
So,
I
and the
remember.
people were like, "Wow, look at this LeBron kid coming out of high school." So we haven't had a thing where everyone collectively goes, "Holy crap, look at this." I felt like they tried to force Wembanyama on us to be that guy, and it fell
yeah,
flat.
that's not going to happen. But you got to remember
that
when
still
you
could happen.
when you look back, like at the '80s, right? It was Magic and Bird. They dominated the '80s. Jordan dominated the '90s until the end, right? Then it was Shaq and Kobe, right? That took that over, right?
Well, those are
And it was
you have
LeBron.
different levels of icon, don't you?
Right.
Because it took Magic had to exist for Bird to exist, and vice versa.
And it
And
worked
that is
beautifully.
it as it was great.
It saved the
But
league.
by themselves,
save the
you
league.
probably weren't going to see that.
See,
So
Agreed.
the icon level we don't have. We got to take a break. Let's come back. We got a lot of people with a lot of opinions on the text line. We'll pick it right back up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at HarmanSolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to HarmanSolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's HarmanSolar.com.
The Rich Eisen Show. The acquisition of Jrue Holiday. I know we're talking about Brown and Tatum, but the fact that the Bucks trying to keep Giannis happy by getting him another star leads to Marcus Smart being able to be flipped for Jrue Holiday. Is that one of the greatest tricks the Devils ever pulled off? Goodness gracious. That guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Stay Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
And got my light sleeper t-shirt. Take a look at that. This is from
yeah.
Fish Tanks Band.
That's awesome. That's a sick shirt. Love it.
I'm about 100%
Super
sure it was generated by AI, but
That looks like AI.
it turned out pretty nicely.
Did you
though,
talk
as
to
it
him about
is.
that? Did you ask him?
Yeah, he says he had some gal do it a while ago, and then they really liked it, and they put like the drum kit had it on there. It looked great.
I
when they
believe
were
it.
on stage.
I believe it. That's awesome.
Yeah, they were selling these t-shirts for $20, so I got one. So my wife got
Really?
one too. She really liked the band.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it, man.
But anyways, so yeah, there you go. I'm
You
out
look
of
great,
breath 'cause-
Jeffrey.
I'm
Look
out
great
of
now.
breath because I walked downstairs to get it.
Oh, man. Burning those calories, though.
It
Getting
ain't a
those steps
small
in.
house, and I had to jog a little
Oh,
bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, that's right. We're talking about how the Lakers stink and
didn't
they
say
can
that.
burn in hell.
We didn't say that either.
And
Cue the
that
song. Cue the song.
we kind of got onto the path of saying, you know, who's the next icon? Because
Mhm.
we went again from, well, I'll even include them from the 80s. You know, you had Bird and you had Magic.
Yeah.
And then you had Michael Jordan.
Yep.
And then you had Kobe.
Yep.
And then you had LeBron.
Yep.
And then now you have nobody.
Right.
No, I mean, LeBron's still around. So you're like, okay, nature abhors a vacuum.
Yep.
But I don't see that next person. Donnie would have you think it was going to be Anthony Edwards. That's just because
I don't think so.
He's got a unnatural love for his team there. But
it's the difference between then and now. Like when you look back at the 80s and even the 90s, the talent pool was so different, right? There's so much more talent in the NBA today.
Yep.
Right. It's changed. The game has changed a lot because there's so many talented players. Where back then, when Magic Bird came into the league, there was a handful of really great players
Mm-hmm.
and not much else, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of got better in the 90s and the 2000s. But now there's so many guys. So it makes it a lot harder, in my opinion. It's got to be somebody that not only is a great impacting player that's going to constantly perform at a high level, but he has to capture the heart of the fans.
Yeah, the mystique.
And that's where it gets tough in today's games because some of these players are going to have a hard time capturing that of their other fans that are not for their team because of how they act.
You got to have like movie star charisma to match up to the guys we just mentioned.
Gonna be tough.
Let me say this too. When we're talking about face of the league, icon of the league, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on paper is a top 3 NBA player ever, probably. But he wasn't necessarily the face of the league because he wasn't super media driven.
He was almost
in the
like
70s.
that.
You could say.
He was almost, I mean, dude was an airplane.
He
was in the movie Airplane.
He was, but was he like the face super marketable? He was an Airplane. That was good. Also,
he was also in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. No, he was
the 70s
He was
guy.
this close.
I think
to
it could have been
being the
Julius
icon.
Erving. Julius Erving could have been the face of the 70s too. But I'll at least say this.
Well, Dr. J, right?
Yeah. The reason why I brought up that Kobe Tim Duncan comparison is because on paper, I'm going to say this, Ralph, Duncan's got more MVPs. He's got more finals MVPs, and he was honestly better for a longer time. Right. So Duncan and Kobe are really comparable.
Whoa. Did you just say Duncan was better than Kobe for a longer time?
Yeah, he has more longevity. He has more longevity.
What?
Yeah.
Kobe dominated the league from 2000 to what? 2014?
2013 was probably his last year.
How
Duncan
many rings did Kobe end up with?
Five.
Duncan's
How many
got
did Duncan
5
end
too.
up with?
5.
They both
Yeah.
had 5.
But
What, was he
Duncan's
like an
got
assistant.
But okay, I'll at least say this. Those two are really comparable, right? Resume wise.
I mean, resume, sure.
Yeah, but anyway, Duncan isn't considered the face of the league, and Kobe was. I think it's this generation because Nikola Jokic, on paper, looks like the best player in the league. He does. You could argue it.
He's the best player at his position.
But he's
He
not
is.
necessarily the most marketable guy like Tim
No.
Duncan. So he's this generation's Tim Duncan.
When was Tim Duncan in a commercial?
Probably never.
Right.
He
So-
showed up to his MVP award
Yeah.
wearing jorts.
You got to
I
remember,
love Tim Duncan, man.
I mean,
I love those
Kobe.
old
Not
Spurs
Kobe came with Shaq, and they dominated. Probably the
Uh-huh.
best duo ever.
Yeah.
And then reinvented himself and dominated again.
Yeah, he did.
That's tough to do, but
He
he
did.
did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
Fish Tank says, Jeffrey, thanks so much for coming out to my show on Saturday. Oh, no, listen, it was a pleasure. It was fun to watch. You guys are great. You did a great job. Your drummer is great. Your bass player. I mean, it's a 3-piece band there, but you guys had the crowd and you guys played great, sang great, all that stuff. It was I was really happy to be there and happy to get this nifty t-shirt. I
awesome.
paid full price for it, just in case anybody thinks I was just trying to get free stuff out of them or anything.
Worth it though.
But
Worth
yeah, it's a great looking shirt. And you know how we know it's a good looking shirt? So here's the thing. I'm not the most stylish guy. And my wife, though, however, if she will put it on her, now you're like, okay, because she's a beautiful, stylish woman. And the other thing is we showed it to our, teenage daughter, the kind that are like, bruh, like, don't call your mom bruh. What are you doing?
I'll be honest.
She's a little bit.
There were a couple times where I did that.
She's a little bit
I'll be
grumpy, little anime watching, kind of. She saw the shirt. She's like, "You're like, what do you think of this?" She's like, "That's all right. That's good." So she was like, gave a stamp of approval. So that's how you know it's a good logo for Light Sleeper.
I went through the bro phase with my mom because I'm Gen Z. So like, let me acknowledge. And my dad was not the fan. He was not the fan.
No, you know what? So we were usually afraid of my dad.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
But
Yeah.
I was afraid enough of my mom. I would never call her bro. I mean, that's just disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the text line though about our icon status.
All right.
Slow Mo Zo says Randy is at least better than Bronny. Oh, no doubt there. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Donnie says LeBron and Luka both gave it their best, and then for whatever reason, Donnie, I think Donnie just he's gone off the text line. I think he either blocked us or accidentally put the word stop into one of his texts. He's literally gone. It says not subscriber not found as I tried to read his text.
Over under 1.5 days until
Hold
he
on a
comes
second.
back.
Ralph, did you get on the text line and block?
I'm not
Donnie?
on the text line, and I like Donnie. I wouldn't block him.
He gets on my nerves, but I didn't
Well,
block
he's
him.
passionate about.
I
things,
like
but
Donnie.
I like him.
Yeah, I like Donnie.
I don't know if it's a glitch, but it says subscriber not found.
Wow. He might have finally lost it, Jeffrey. This
fine.
might
I'm
have been
okay
the
with that.
brink.
That's okay. Let's see. I got a ton of other texts here. So, and if Donnie, if you're listening, we didn't do it. But if you did it, okay. Let's see. The Jet says, no, that was from earlier. Oh, George says, okay. So, Ralph, why do you and Neil have weird fandoms? Neil's from LA and is a Dodgers fan, okay, and a Rams fan, but he's a Packers fan and a Timberwolves fan too.
So Neil lived in Green Bay for quite a bit. So
Then why is he a Minnesota Timberwolves
Well, I'm
fan?
explaining. So he became a Packers fan living in Green Bay, which
They
makes
hate
sense.
Minnesota.
Right. He lived in Minnesota for 15 years. He's not a Timberwolves fan. He's just doing it to be an arse. That's all he's doing. He's not a big fan of Minnesota.
He's just being an ass to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, because he has no.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Friendship.
He has nothing
Friendship.
else.
And the rest of it with Ralph, we've told the stories enough times. We're not going to keep telling them again. Ralph just has a scattered.
I have a set
fandom.
of teams. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I'm an LA guy. I love the Dodgers, the Lakers, the Kings. I like the Rams. I was pissed at them for leaving. I adopted the Seahawks in the late 70s. That's it.
Huh. Okay.
What's wrong with that? I've been following the Seahawks since day one.
What's the background with the Seahawks?
I spent time up in Seattle about the time that they started coming out.
At the
So I
70s.
just kind of adopted them.
Ralph respects anybody who comes out.
Shout out Jim Zorn.
Jim Zorn, yeah.
Commando Duke
yeah,
says
heck yeah.
Ralph is talking about the Lakers, and all I hear playing in my head is the lyrics to "Midnight Train to Nowhere."
Train to nowhere.
Moist one says Adam Silver would rig something like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's happened before. Well, not Adam Silver.
The NBA came out today and said that they missed that call with 33 seconds left against Luka. There was a foul. They admitted it today, and that would have changed the outcome of the game.
Yeah, on that's a tough one because they're
It
like,
is what it is, man.
sorry, and there's nothing you can do about
Yeah,
it.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
I
we were just
almost
talking
don't want to hear you tell me that you got it wrong because now I'm even madder because there's nothing anyone can do. So it's like, wait a second. If you can come back later and say, hey, I made a mistake. Oh, I'll one up you. If you can come back later and say you're fining something for something that nobody noticed, then you should be able to go back and change something or make something right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do it.
Well-
Okay, we're going to play the next 30 seconds of the game. You know, I mean,
You started in your same positions as last time. All right, go. I don't know how you would. I don't think you should be able to
But
do
you know
that.
what you don't hear today? You don't hear LA fans whining about it. They're like, yep, we lost. We'll see what happens next game.
We don't have a lot of LA friends
Because we're not
so-
whining about it. We lost and we're not.
No,
out
I
of
mean,
it
we
yet.
just tend to hang out with a better class of people for the most part.
the losing people. Okay, I get it.
Well, it's in your estimation, that's everyone. The chosen one says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Just joining the show. Happy Monday. Have you talked about how LeBron didn't score 1 point in the last 4 quarters in both of the games? So in the final quarter of those games, he
That's
didn't
not
score
true.
anything.
I'm not sure that's correct.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if
Now
that
the
is-
chosen is pretty anal about his stats and things.
He
so
did get some criticism.
I have to look.
Yeah.
Oh, you know this guy?
I do know him.
Who's that?
He's just somebody that I know.
Hey,
I don't
chosen
know.
one.
Ralph has
Support your stats. Show send a picture of what you're talking about.
I will say, LeBron got some criticism for passing to Austin Reeves in the final second. I didn't agree with it. I thought it was a great shot. Like, I thought it was a great decision to pass him the ball. But people were like, oh, LeBron's not going to be Jordan. He can't take the last shot. It's like, man, those that understand the game truly know him passing to Austin Reeves was a good analytical
It was,
decision.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harris's dad texts in and says, "Hey, the Atlanta Falcons are calling to congratulate you on your great show."
What?
Nobody gets the joke about the whole practical joke.
That's
we're going to talk about that when we.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what he's referring to.
We are
That's
probably
a good one.
smarter than Shedeur Sanders, and we see something like that coming.
I see what he's saying. Yeah, I was like,
Diamondback
what?
dude says, "Oh no, Donnie's not on the text line. What will we do? Oh,
What
no."
must we do, Jeffrey? Oh no.
Why does Donnie get so much hate?
I don't know.
Well,
I like
He
Donnie.
he brings it on himself. I know.
I don't hate him. I just don't care for him.
I like Donnie.
I don't like senseless trolling.
He does it a lot on social
I
media.
love a good troll. If I see a good troll, and he's trolled me, and I'm like, "Hey, that's pretty good." I don't get sensitive about it, and but then there's just a point where you're getting like, "Okay, let's just."
Donnie said I had good sports takes, so he's on my good side.
It'll change.
It's all that matters to.
Is he really fickle?
It'll change.
Really up and down. Got it.
I gotta find out what your Indian name would be with that patchy beard. You know,
I don't know.
Does he have a patchy beard?
I have a patchy beard.
Harris does. Harris, put your face over the side so Ralph can see this abomination.
Oh yikes! I had to look at that. When I was 16. I had that.
Is that the first
Well,
thing
it's
that
14
the
now,
first
isn't
thing I get is yikes?
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
trying something.
yikes.
I'm trying something new here.
Yeah,
and,
why don't you
I'm
stop
getting.
trying?
Oh,
Does your girlfriend like it?
she actually likes it. Yeah.
Shave it. Just be a man and shave it.
I've gotten so
Make a
much crap.
statement.
My mom got really mad at me because I have a wedding coming up, and she's like, "Oh, you have to shave it," and I'm like, "Oh, come on, mom, I'm trying something new." She's like, "No," so I'm afraid.
Be reasonable. Shave.
I
Are you
was-
in the wedding?
I was telling Jeffrey,
Are
even
you
though
in
I'm
the
a
wedding?
groomsman. I'm a
Yeah,
groomsman.
shave your stupid face.
I
What's
was-
wrong with you?
I was telling Jeffrey, even
Shave
though
your stupid
I'm
face.
officially moved out and paying my own bills, I still think my mom could ground me for not
I
shaving.
think she can.
I still think she can.
too.
And we don't want that, guys.
Lost
We don't want
Toby
that to happen.
says LeBron isn't even the best in his era. Curry beat him in the finals 3 times, and Curry won one without any help.
Oh,
LeBron has been ring chasing team to team, still not winning.
You know, why can't
that's
people just embrace players and legacies without trying to just throw them into aimless comparisons? This is the issue with NBA culture. I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
And I can't stand it.
I don't sound like that, Jeffrey.
No, you ever watch?
I sound way more distinguished. And
You never seen the
mature
movie
professional.
Singing in the Rain?
No,
You sound like that blonde lady. And I can't stand you.
it's not very nice.
It's the last time you saw that movie, Ralph.
It's been a while.
But you hear it in your head, don't
Yeah.
You think I sound like that, Ralph? You
Maybe
think
a
I
little.
sound like that?
you? And I
Oh,
can't
dang it.
stand you. I would tell you to watch the movie, but you still haven't watched Top Secret yet.
No, I had a busy weekend.
Blah,
Oh, gosh
blah,
darn
blah,
it.
blah,
I'm like
many-
Ralph with the
many
excuses.
as the Lakers.
Oh, gosh darn it.
You know,
Okay.
I did barely even watch that game last night. I was watching the King game.
The what game?
Kings.
Oh,
LA
Kings
Kings.
game. Oh, okay.
Plural.
Okay.
Some of the best hockey I've seen in years has been going on in the playoffs this year. I know you don't
Yeah.
like to talk hockey, but
Hey, I
do
like it.
to talk hockey. We got busy.
I love that the Maple Leafs are looking good.
yeah, playoff hockey this
Super.
year is
Playoff hockey's the
phenomenal.
best. Playoff hockey clears playoff basketball.
How about this?
Hot take.
Let me burn through some of what we're doing here on the text line.
Yeah.
And you guys, we can
Go
come
for it.
back. We can
Go for
talk
it.
the hockey playoffs too. I don't
Yeah, we
mind
should,
at all.
We should. They've been
We
great.
will. We
Yeah.
will. We will, Ralph. So let me get through this. T-Licious says, guess Kyrie Irving wasn't on that Dallas team last year, Ralph. I don't know.
He's trying to make
What
the
is he
point that
talking
Luka didn't do it on his own last year.
Oh.
Kyrie Irving definitely participated, but Luka took it on his back. I mean, come on.
Mm.
Let's be
Fighting
real.
Wampa says, don't forget that 8-foot giant that plays on San Antonio Spurs. He's the next torchbearer. You know, they try to sell us
Big
that, but
George?
I'm not seeing it. He's
Not-
awesome. He's fun. But Wembanyama, yeah, he's all right.
He's only like 20 years old. Like he could still end up being the face
I just
of the
don't
league.
feel the icon from him.
No, he's got
I think
upside,
he could
but
get
no.
there. I think he
Fire
could get there.
Farter says Ralph is right. He thinks you spell it ROLF, so it's Rolf. Rolf is
That's my
right.
German name.
Oh, interesting.
Lakers have become more relevant since trading for
great base.
Luka. Whether that translates to wins in the playoffs, that's another thing.
Mm.
Hurry Harry says he had Tim Parker and Kawhi Leonard.
Tim Parker.
Abe
Okay.
Froman.
First off, 2003, the 2003 Spurs did not have Kawhi Leonard, and Tony Parker was a rookie who I don't even think was starting.
No, he was playing a lot of, and you had Ginobili
He was-
too.
I think he was
Let's not forget about
Ginobili was in his rookie year. He was off the bench, and Tony Parker averaged like 9 points per game, and David Robinson averaged like 8. It was not an elite supporting cast. Tim Duncan was by
That was a pretty
far.
good supporting cast.
If you go back at the names are great, but if you go back and look at the actual team and how they were in their stages of their careers, it was not this generational good by any means supporting cast.
Who they beat in the finals?
The Nets. With Jason Kidd.
Oh, jeez.
It was a weird era of basketball.
I thought
Very
Abe
weird era.
Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago, was trying to like use some weird sex term or something with me. So I quietly looked it up, and turns out it's not one. But when I read you his text, you're going to be like, "Oh, that dude is nasty," because it sounds wrong.
Let's hear it.
Especially the way he says it. He says, "Have you ever had Kit Kat unicorn fudge?"
Kit Kat unicorn fudge.
And I'm like, what kind of nasty term is this? Turns out, no, it's an actual thing. Kit Kat unicorn fudge. I guess there's a recipe using Kit Kat bars. I don't know. So
who knows what he's trying
What's
to
the
do?
unicorn part?
I have no idea. I haven't looked that deep into it. But he says, "Hey, Ralph, know those? How about those Edmonton Oilers beating the Kings in overtime yesterday?
Great
Leon Draisaitl is a beast.
Draisaitl.
Well,
Yes.
you know what? I did
not
pretty
Draisaitl.
good for never seeing the word before.
You did. Still bad though.
Are you a Kings fan, Ralph?
Huge Kings fan?
Kings fan? Okay.
Huge Kings fan.
I'll be honest. I really want to see Edmonton in the cup. It would be cool. It'd just be good for the
You
sport.
just need to shut your face.
Yeah, and you probably should shave it too. Your dad says, Harris, I'm scared of your mom. You should be as well. If she tells you to shave and clean it up, do it. Don't question.
I'm scared of your mom.
Okay,
That's
yes, sir.
hilarious.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you could wait right up until the wedding. But
My dad,
you better shave
my
that
dad
thing.
he's an authoritarian, a disciplinarian.
You should show up with it on and then like shave in front of her.
Yeah.
That's what
Or
I would
shave half your face and only let her see
Oh,
that side.
yeah. Yeah.
Don't mess with her.
That's a
All
good
right,
idea.
Oh,
listen.
that's genius. That's so funny.
We got to take a break. We'll pick it back up when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-822-1598. 800-822-1598. 800-822-1598.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Water is Arizona's most valuable resource. And for over a century, Phoenix has led the way in providing reliable water services. Wherever you call home in Arizona, we all share the responsibility to conserve for tomorrow. Watch your water use, especially outdoors. Consider desert-friendly landscaping and water-saving appliances. Together, small changes can make a big difference. Learn more at phoenix.gov/water and help secure Arizona's water future. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix Water Services Department.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to harmonsolar.com. That's harmonsolar.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Cabana is with us. Says a guy this weekend said that L.A. Braun is better than Jordan. I asked him how many pairs of LeBrons he owns.
That is what we call a diagnosed bronzexual.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
It's bronzexual.
Hefty Lefty says, old Donnie is not necessarily wrong. He's just early. It could be Anthony, but it could be Shy. It could be Luca. The charisma has to match the winning and vice versa. Duncan had the winning, but the charisma just wasn't his thing. Iverson had the charisma and cultural importance, but not the winning. You just can't call these things too soon. You got to wait a few more seasons until the next guy comes along. I'm going to tell you, I disagree. Here's what I think, Hefty Lefty. I think you know immediately. You knew immediately when you saw Michael Jordan. You knew immediately when you saw Kobe. You knew immediately when you saw LeBron. I think it's just going to be a thing where, bam, it's like a big bang. Just just right there. There's no trying to go, maybe this guy. What about this guy?
Right.
And there's no tangible that you're going to say, this is the formula. You'll know when you know.
The reason why I brought up the Duncan Kobe thing is because the NBA has an issue where their best player, at least widely recognized best player, is not as marketable, right? And it's the same thing as what Tim Duncan was. But the thing is the NBA doesn't have that Kobe right now because they have guys with the charisma, but they may not have guys who are on championship teams constantly. I think Anthony Edwards could easily be that.
He's just sort of schmarmy and cocky.
He's not marketable.
But I think he's you could say there's conflicting arguments there. But the thing is he's they don't have a guy. Their best player isn't marketable right now, and Nikola Jokic, and that's something the league's trying to overcome right now.
It'll be Cooper Flag.
Could be. I mean, he's marketable.
Cooper Flag is a rookie next year. He's coming out of what is it, Duke?
Yeah, Duke.
Oh, the guy who got that blew it for his team. Oh yeah,
that guy.
Okay. Got hurt. Big George says there's a lot of LA Laker fans whining on Twitter about that non-call yesterday. So that statement's not factually accurate.
I haven't. First of all, I don't look at Twitter. Those aren't real fans. People that I know in LA, no one's even talking about it.
Dimeback Dude says, Harris, when you told your mom you wanted to keep the beard, did you call her bro?
No,
I'm keeping the beard, bro.
I was in that phase when I was like 14.
They had it back then, bro.
The bro phase.
Or was it bro?
Bro. It's bro.
If one of my kids ever called me that, I would smack him in the face.
I
probably would.
That's usually what my dad
with you.
Well, not when I was 14, but when I was younger, I was spanked. You've
seen that video where this guy, it's a British thing, it's a comedy, and this guy is at a kid's backyard party, and somebody's messing with his daughter. This kid is like, yeah, give it to me. And he walks over and says, hey, give it back to her. He's like, no, I didn't. So the guy just goes, smacks him. And then as the parents come over, each person comes over, and then the cops come and he's just one smack on each person. People are falling. He smacks like a cat out of a tree.
Funny.
I gotta find that video. It's
Jeffrey,
like
you've got to send me that. You've got to send me that. I haven't seen that.
That is my spirit animal right there.
That's awesome.
Lost Toby says, give Harris his participation trophy. For what?
For
his generation.
Didn't he already got one?
Oh, a shot at Gen Z. Look, shots at
Tell
Gen
me
Z.
you don't have some participation trophies.
I got some participation.
Exactly.
Trophies.
Moving on.
I'm like the Michael Jordan of participation.
The fact you kept them is what's really sad. Not the fact they gave it to you. That's not on you.
Oh, they're in my room.
Kept them.
They're in my room.
They're in your room. They should have been in the trash as you walk out of the arena.
They're in my room, and I was
melting like Terminator in Terminator
back
2.
home in Tennessee. Well, I can look at them as a boost of confidence, and I can see, look.
Boost of confidence. Oh, I showed up once.
Yeah. Darn
If
right.
you
I
need that boost of confidence, your dad is weeping right now. He's sitting in his car crying because he doesn't want to go inside the house and have his wife see him. And she says, "I told you so." And he won't shave the beard either.
Wow.
Are you saying that he's disappointing his family on a daily basis?
Some disses.
Harris?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a given.
Some disses that Jeffrey has. I have no words. That one, I have no words. I don't. I'm speechless.
It's interesting. When you should have words, you have no words. When you shouldn't have words, you have plenty of
Oh
words.
my God.
That's so true.
You're going to have to flip the word thing.
I'm trying.
Let's
It's
see.
a-
Ringless
it's an
Joe
endless
says,
cycle.
you want to talk about a botched call? The Pistons-Knicks game, the refs admired
another one.
after the
Agreed.
game. They admitted after the game to screwing it up.
They did.
Yeah. And
It was
then what? Okay.
Nothing.
I don't think they should do that. I don't think they should do that. What good does that help? It doesn't help. Do you feel better now? Do you feel
yeah.
better as a Pistons fan, Ringless Joe?
No, it'll piss you off even more.
Because all that you
That's all
do,
that does.
you piss the fans off, and you just you make the refs more of a target. So what does it really do? What's the pro?
Hey, I just noticed something, Ralph.
Transparency.
Look at Phil's picture's not on your little cartoon back there.
This is an old one.
And you got like the Neil that's looks like a boy band version. That doesn't even look like him.
Yeah, I got the flamboyant Neil. That's the original.
Yours looks like you. That
Is-
looks like you.
Is
That's the
Neil?
original logo from over a year ago.
Yeah, Neil. That looks like some nice lady posed for that.
Is
You know
Neil
what I mean?
flamboyant?
Looks like a gay Brazilian, but whatever.
Moist one says start. Whoops, I said the no word. Yeah, and that's why I was trying to figure out if Donnie. Yeah, Donnie is. He tweeted me. He's like, "Oh, I'm at my kid's appointment, so I turned it off."
He's back.
No, he didn't. He just gave me that in. I don't even know what this. I'm just gonna keep saying Twitter. Is that all right?
Yeah.
He sent me that message on Twitter, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just at my kid's appointment, so I turned it off." No, I think somebody got butthurt because you don't. You could turn off your phone and you still exist on the text line. Ringless Joe says, "I hate all New York teams, so I'm even more mad than I would have been normally." It's okay though because the Knicks never win anything anyway.
True.
I wish they did. It'd be good for basketball if they did.
Swave
But they
Dave
don't.
says participation trophies are like a crappy prize in the Cracker Jacks box. They used to be good prizes, but yeah, nowadays there's garbage.
Yeah, Cracker Jack prizes used to be awesome. They're
The
kind
Cracker
of
Jacks, like here, scan this QR code. How about no?
Yeah. What's happening to your brand? You're being corporatized. Let's go back to the bread and butter here. Ugh.
Can I give a positive little shout out to someone here? First off, let me just let everybody know. And Ralph, be ready because we're going to talk about the draft when we come back in the next hour.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to talk about your horrible team, my horrible team, Harris's
And my
really,
horrible team.
really horrible team. We're going to talk about all the how our drafts did. So, be ready for that.
That's easy for us. Yeah. Hey.
You probably don't even know who they drafted.
Oh, I do. We spent an hour Saturday just talking about Shedeur Sanders. An hour.
Why?
Because there was that.
By
much
then,
to
he
talk
hadn't been drafted yet.
about. It was that much. He got drafted in our second hour. Yeah.
Oh, did he? It was that early. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I knew it was. I thought it was fifth round. Was
Fifth
it?
round
Yeah,
by the
fifth round,
Browns, yeah.
yeah.
And the day 3. Day
Well,
3
we're
was
going to get
crazy.
all that stuff. But right now, I just want to say that this is kind of a nice thing. This is one of those things where I kind of hope he hangs around and they build around him because there's this kid in Paradise Valley. He was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help out this dog rescue. This little boy, oh, I love dogs. And so he was like, you know what? I'm going to do a lemonade stand. And then I'm going to contribute to the Almost There Rescue. It's a little dog rescue that he knows about. And so he's like, all right, here we go. 9 years old, trying to help out the world. That's a nice thing.
That's awesome.
So he's sitting there with his lemonade stand, and the car pulls up, and out jumps Devin Booker. Devin Booker comes up, buys a Gatorade and some banana chips, and he's like, "Here's $200." And that was exactly what he was trying to earn. He was like, "Wow." He was like, I was trying to earn 200." As soon as Devin drives away, he goes, "We're going for 400 now." We're going for $1,000 now. He's like, yeah, I'm going to keep trying and try to raise more money for the dogs. But it was just nice of Devin Booker. Just pull on up to this kid's thing and says, here you go, kid. Here's $200 and give me the Gatorade banana chips. Can I get a receipt? No, I'm just kidding. So he was in shock. The kid was in shock, but he actually after that was able to get up to $400, but now he's like, you know what? I'm going to hang in there and try to get 1,000 for these guys. So it's just a nice moment. You know what I mean? And Devin
That's
Booker
awesome.
didn't have to do that.
Love to hear that, Jeffrey. Some of these stories can be negative, but to hear a light like that,
I want some banana chips.
Me too.
I ain't spending $200 on them.
You're not.
I feel like this kid should be investigated
So,
for price gouging.
Are you saying that you hate rescuing dogs, Jeffrey? That's basically what I'm.
Both my dogs are rescues. You know how much I paid for each one of these damn dogs?
How much?
Holy God. $500 each.
I have
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
At home, my dogs were a combined $0.
Yeah, because you go steal them from the neighbors.
Oh, they come to us. I found one of them when I was on my way home from a friend's house, and I had to stop the brakes because she was just sitting on the road. And I found her and took her.
You know what they call those here? Res dogs. That's what they call them around here. Reservation dogs.
Reservation dogs.
Whatever you're doing, if you're driving through the reservation and there's a dog, just leave it alone.
She's a
keep
junkyard
driving.
dog,
Don't.
Jeffrey. She's a junkyard dog.
You don't mess with the res dogs.
Yep.
But no, I just wanted to give that little heartwarming story about Devin Booker. Slow Mo Zo says baseball and football don't have the guy. Why does basketball need one?
Baseball has the guy.
Baseball has the guy.
Baseball has
and
show it.
Football has Mahomes.
Yeah, basketball just always seems to have one. It doesn't matter if they have one or not. And yeah, you got Shohei Ohtani, used to be Mike Trout, oddly both Angels at one time. Football, Tom Brady.
Oh,
He was the
Patrick
guy
Mahomes,
forever.
Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Come on.
Plenty of guys, Slow Mo
Stop
Zo.
it. Yeah. Unbelievable take there.
Yeah, we're all staring at you oddly,
We
Slow Mo
are.
Zo.
We are.
Let's come back and talk draft. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing. Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager. Mom.
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from We can be twinsies. to How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget. Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank NA, member FDIC.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. Manufacturer's suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
Carmelo Anthony for the Bail Project.
Bad news, you've been arrested. Good news, you're innocent until proven guilty. If you can pay your bail, good news, you go home to wait your trial. If you can't, sorry, you go to jail to wait. But sure, you still presumed innocent. But since you can't afford bail, you've lost your freedom. That's not right. And that's why the Bell Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting the in-cash bill. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the David Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He'll be back tomorrow, but we got Harris Hicks in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, the last hour we were talking about the fact that beyond LeBron, we haven't found the next icon yet. And we were talking about the playoffs and stuff. Let me clean up the text line real fast here. Slow-Mo Zoe earlier had said that baseball and football don't have a guy, an icon. Why does basketball need one? And we all agreed. It doesn't need one. It just happens to have one. It just seems to be, at least over the last 40 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 40. There just happens to have been a guy, but football had a guy, has had the guy. Baseball has had the guy. And he says, I'm just saying that baseball and football have multiple stars playing at the same time. Basketball seems to only focus on one guy.
Yeah, I think I can see where he's saying that basketball needs it more than football and baseball, but football and baseball have had the guy.
There was the focus on, like we said, Bird and Magic. You know, there was focus on two guys. There can be more than one guy, but we're talking icon, and then some pretty good players all playing together.
Yeah.
Same thing in football. You know, you got a Tom Brady. Well, now he's gone. You got, all right, some pretty good, like you got Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. You know, they haven't really felt like one of them's the guy yet. But so, yeah, there's always guys in waiting, you know, guys developing. But basketball, just right now, looking over the horizon, don't see that guy. So that's all we're saying, Slow-Mo, though. Yeah, I think Cocky Hen says the guy is clearly Wemby. I don't think so. It's not that clear.
No.
Like him. That's a hilarious video, by the way. See him run around playing soccer with some kids. And it's like he's on skins. So you see this shirtless Wemby, like he looks like one of those inflatable guys outside of a car dealership.
Like the Slenderman from Minecraft type.
Just creepy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, in 5 years, you will disagree with that comment. He is the guy already. No, he's not.
He's not at all.
No, he's not. He's a damn good player, and he's a freak of nature, but he's not the guy. Ringless Joe says, LeBron is on the verge of being gentleman swept on the first round 2 years in a row. LeBron should have retired when he won that Mickey Mouse ring. Trying to win another ring is just tarnishing his legacy at this point. I disagree.
I also disagree.
Top 5 player in the league right now. What are you talking about?
He still plays at a high level. He's not as not as high level. LeBron is better than most people. You know, LeBron, you know, losing a step is still 3 steps ahead of a lot of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's still producing. So no, I can't agree with that take.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, right now I'm currently burping banana shake.
Oh, banana shake sounds good, Jeffrey.
It was. She, you know, the wife sometimes brings it up to me here, and I was like, "This is great." What she doesn't know is I already had lunch, so this is just making it worse. Bite My Kebab says, "Holy crap! My first day off a weekday in 30 years. I'm watching you guys live stream. What is this? Bring your kid to work day?"
Wow.
First off, definitely not my kid. But you haven't seen Harris yet. Harris, you probably seriously shave it off because nobody's buying it. You know what I mean? Even if you grew a full beard, you still have a child's face underneath.
I think you guys are just jealous of my dashing good looks.
It's a Velcro kind
of. Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
You hide behind that mic And then you're really
dashing.
low
Dude,
in
there's
the,
no way I can like not hide it because if I'm here, it can't pick up on it. The
It's
mic's just
funny
too big
how
for my
Ralph
tiny
and
little
I
face.
managed to have our faces seen with
Right.
our microphones, and you were like, you're like, I don't understand how this works.
I mean, on our show, Phil, you can see his whole face, his whole.
It's
Why
the
does
way
Phil have a
it's-
cool camera angle, and is he using a different camera?
Yeah, I gave him a camera to use.
Oh, I see. I see.
Is this better? How about this?
No, now I can see you.
It's a little closer than we wish you were, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, no, that's at least we can see your stupid face now.
Brush your hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
brush
I-
your teeth if you're gonna come close like this. That's
Gosh. Yeah, you guys are relentless. Oh my goodness. I'm hiding back behind this mic.
Yeah, good
Goodbye.
idea. Yeah, after seeing that,
Goodbye. Yep. Nice seeing you guys.
Swave Dave says, my wife and I rescue all our dogs, primarily white German shepherds. Racist much?
Why they gotta be white?
Racist.
He says the last one, he said, yeah, they had to repair elaboration near his groin. He's a white German shepherd,
Ouch.
husky mix with spunk I can barely handle. Probably rephrase that a little bit, please. Energy you can barely handle. He says, Harris, bump the beard and stick with the stash.
I'm
Or is he
feeling
going to
that.
look like an 80s? You know, he'll look like the rookie cop in every movie from the 80s who dies like 5 minutes into the film.
And I have a surprise plan for the haircut. Stay tuned.
We don't care that much.
Stay tuned. Oh, you will.
What makes you think we're going to care?
You will. Oh, you will. It'll be too flashy to not care.
Are you gonna grab Ralph's and just give him a haircut?
No, I'm saying my hair.
Well, in that case, I don't
See,
care.
this is the thing about having big, luscious, curly hair is there's a lot you can do with it.
Okay,
Very
don't
versatile.
say big luscious. I mean,
There's a lot you can do with it. Just saying.
Both Ralph and I have luscious amounts of hair.
You guys are hiding in hats.
on our
We're
backs.
not hiding. We just don't feel like combing our hairs. I've already taken off my hair and mushed it up and shown everybody my hair.
I
don't gotta
can't
prove
use
nothing.
a comb, man.
And I've seen Ralph's hair, so Ralph and I got nothing to prove.
Yeah. It's a good spot to be in.
You just have girl hair.
Girl hair.
You say luscious, that's what I hear.
If you see
He's
my
got girl hair.
my entire family on my dad's side, everyone has an afro like me.
For real?
Yeah. Guys and girls, they all got afros. If my dad grows it out, it's gonna be like mine. I don't know if he can do that.
So you have a hick fro.
Hick fro. Yeah, the hick fro. Ugh, I don't know if I want to say that.
I had
out
some
loud.
friends when I did comedy. I had this Frank who ran Chili Charlie's, and he had a Jew fro. I always
Yeah, that's what I have, a Jew fro.
You're not Jewish, are you?
No.
Oh, well, then you can't say that. Frank could say that because he had he was like, "Hey, you like my Jew fro?" He's like,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You're a redneck, so you got a hick fro.
Hick fro.
Not just because Hicks is your last name.
Because I'm a hick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a hick. I mean, it's so fitting, Ralph. Come on, it makes perfect sense.
There's a million places I can go with this, but I'm just not saying a word.
No, you're just
Yeah.
probably better
Yeah,
off
I'm
Fox
better
News.
off.
Just
I'm
keep
not-
that to yourself.
I'm not saying anything.
T Licious says, I don't
Good
do
call.
draft grades. We weren't going to do draft grades. We were just going to say whether we liked what our teams did or not. But you can say if you like what the Niners did or not, if you feel like it. He says, I don't do the. There's no point. He says PFF gave the Niners a D plus, but some dumbass at ESPN gave us a B. I'll worry about it after I see him play and contribute.
Draft grades don't matter.
Worry about it in 5 years.
I remember this is back to the Seahawks draft. The draft when they got Bruce Irvin, Wagner, Russell Wilson,
2012.
2012, and then ESPN and PFF gave them each like Fs.
Yep.
Like, oh, they didn't fix their quarterback problem. Oh,
Best
DeVar
draft, one of
Jackson.
the best
Matt-
drafts ever.
Yeah, and then it ended up being one of the best drafts in NFL history. NFL draft grades, they're not gospel.
No, that's
they're
because
fun.
That's why I'm not asking for a draft grade.
Yeah.
Nobody who listens to this show and texts in on the text line is sophisticated enough to give a comprehensive draft grade anyway. But it's just more about how do you feel about it? You've seen who the players are. How do you feel about it? Let's use the horrible Seattle Seahawks as the first example. Now, Harris, the nice thing about Harris is he understands and recognizes all the names. A moist one keeps saying he keeps dreaming about Jalen Milroe. He's in love with Jalen Milroe, who you guys picked up in the third round.
Yeah.
Should they be that psyched, Harris, about Jalen Milroe?
Here's the thing about Jalen Milroe. Okay. Jalen Milroe is an excellent athlete. He's got a phenomenal deep ball, and he can make plays, man. He is a playmaker. But the thing about him is the intermediate passing game wasn't necessarily there on a sustainable basis.
Right.
Against Michigan, it got really stale. Against Texas, sometimes it was really on and off. A&M a couple of years ago, oh man, Tennessee was a real struggle. And so Jalen Milroe is a guy who's going to make plays. Can he consistently move the chains at the NFL level? That is yet to be seen. And for that reason, I'm not going to say that Jalen Milroe is the future starter of the team. He's a great athlete with a lot of potential, but it will probably take a while.
So basically, you've got a future as a politician because you'd never even answered my question.
You asked me if you should be psyched about Jalen Milroe.
You asked a Tennessee guy if he should be psyched about Jalen
Milroe.
Was the
Alabama
answer
player.
yes or no?
I originally said no.
You didn't say anything. You just went into the thing about is you didn't say yes or no.
No.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. So that's how we're going to do. We're going to kind of look at some of the players and see what's involved.
I'll be better.
How did you feel about your draft, though, there, Ralph?
I feel like they had a mission and they understood the mission and they accomplished it. That's what I feel.
Wasn't flashy.
It was a good draft.
It was for them. It was exactly what they needed. They filled all the needs.
Answers your questions about about Pete Carroll in the room or not. This has been more about your current GM than it's been about Pete Carroll when it comes to a very measured approach to drafting players. I mean, let's take a look, and Harris can jump in and say what he thinks about these guys. Gray Zabel in the very first round.
Good pick.
Very good pick.
Taking him. I mean,
he's a guard.
At 18, that was the best talent you had.
Yeah, and they've been eyeing him for a while. Great Zabel, who is obviously North Dakota
State.
State.
He's a guard, by the way, everybody, if you don't know.
He's a guard from North Dakota State. Went to the Pro Bowl, or not the Pro Bowl, the Senior Bowl, and dominated at the Senior Bowl. Because people were saying, he played North Dakota State. Well, he did it in front of everybody from all the D1s and dominated. He reminds me of Steve Hutchinson. He reminds me a lot of Steve Hutchinson.
Really?
This is a really good pick for
you drafted
Seattle.
a starter for sure on this.
Maybe
guy.
like an underdeveloped Steve Hutchinson, but the ceiling, the ceiling could be
great
there.
pick.
And then Seattle
like
took Nick, why me worry? The safety out of South Carolina.
Love this guy.
Yep.
This guy, picture, he's a safety with a linebacker's body, which when you're Seattle, you think about Cam Chancellor. This guy is like a Cam Chancellor.
Yeah. They'll work him in, but I don't know if he's a starter.
I don't think he'll be a starter, but I think you'll see him at nickel and some other spots. This guy is huge, who hits hard and is great against the run. This is a really, really good pick. Really happy they got this
He's
guy.
the best athlete in the entire class.
By far.
He's the best athlete. Like he ran
in the draft.
He's like 6'3", 220, 4'3", 840, 1.49 10-second split, a 43-inch vertical.
Yeah, this guy's sick.
Freaking at 6'3", 220 with a 12-inch broad jump, 20 reps on the bench. Like all of that is in the top 1 percentile of safeties. So to have that type of athlete, and he was a great run stopper at South Carolina.
Yep,
there's a reason South Carolina was so good at limiting explosives as well. He's good in coverage.
Yep.
Darn it, that guy could be a linebacker as well. He's super versatile. Sort of reminds me of like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame, how he can play both of those, but he's just way more athletic. So I love that pick, Ralph. You should be pumped about it.
Yeah, it is a good pick.
So Noah Fant's days might be numbered when they went ahead in the second round with another pick they had, took Elijah Arroyo, a tight end out of Miami. So what's the deal? Are you guys moving on from Noah Fant?
It's the kind of offense that Kubiak brings, right? So you're going to see a lot of 2 tight end offensive sets. So they're just bringing in more tight end talent. That's why they brought him in.
You think more, or is it a replacement since how much Fant carries against the cap? He's got $13 million against the cap right now.
It's going to depend. They've got the young kid from Michigan last year, the rookie that I can't remember his name, who's really solid at tight end too. They're going to need 2 really good tight ends. And Arroyo, if you look at him and what he's done in his college career, this guy's really good. He's got great hands, good blocker. This is a really good fit for the offensive scheme they're bringing in.
Listen, we're at a point with the Seahawks. A, I don't care that much. B, I don't think you're going to care too much about the next bunch of players. So only shout out, Harris, if there's one that matters. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Riley Mills, a defensive end from Notre Dame.
That guy.
Okay, so you're really high on him.
Ryan Mills got hurt at the beginning of
Riley
got hurt during the playoff round for Notre Dame. This kid is a beast. I love this kid. The reason he went to the 5th round was because of the injury. Otherwise, this is probably a 1st, 2nd round guy. He's got a motor. Sneaky. Yeah, he's really good at getting at the quarterback. Great at stopping the run. This is a steal at 5. He probably won't be playing in perhaps first half of the season because he's still recovering from his injury. But down the road, probably the year after, this kid, serious player.
Yeah. And then you got Torrey Horton, a wide receiver from Colorado State.
Yeah, good outside speed.
Robbie Oust, fullback from Alabama.
Yeah,
wow, they still
I wonder
exist.
if he plays fullback. I mean, he played tight end at Alabama.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, big, strong guy.
Bryce Cabledew, guard from Kansas.
Probably a little underrated. He actually might make the squad at guard. He's pretty good.
Damian Martinez, running back out of Miami.
Yeah.
Mason
I don't hate that
Richmond, tackle out of Iowa, and Ricky White, the third, wide receiver from UNLV.
This could be one of the best draft classes next to the 2012 class that Seattle's had. This is a great draft for them. Best I've seen since 2012. Now, again, we'll see in 5 years, but as far as filling the need, they did the job, and the talent they're putting in those places
it was
really
it
good.
was solid. It was solid, and part of it, I say, unremarkable. But like you said, it becomes remarkable if these guys live up to your expectations.
Right. Ricky White's also really good. That's an underrated pick. He's a very good college receiver. He's had like 2,500 yards in 2 years at UNLV. So good pick there.
Well, and I think you'll see, you talked about Milroe. Is he their quarterback? No, I don't think he's their quarterback. Not yet anyway. But what I think he is, he's like a Seneca Wallace, right? He's really
what a
fast,
throwback.
right? So this is a guy that's going to be involved in the offense to some capacity because of his pure speed. You have to use this guy on different kind of plays.
Yeah.
So you will see him used.
I didn't mean to spend this much time on the Seahawks. So when we come back, we are going to go through the Cardinals in their draft, and then whatever else we have time for. We'll probably have to pick up the pace if we talk about the Colts or well, I don't even know why we talk about the Titans. But random texter says, you notice how there isn't one bad Seattle pick? They're like all steals or ultimate or pick up the per round, huh, Ralph? Ralph is a bit of a homer when it comes to his team and picks.
I don't do much with draft grades, but I didn't see anything but A's for them from anybody. It was a good draft.
Firefighter says, all this Seahawks love is making me want to hurl. What do you think of the Steelers draft class? Well, I'll tell you what, Firefighter, I'll bring that up, and we'll talk about that here in a couple minutes. We're probably not going to go as in depth because of lack of time, but Big George wants Harris to know he likes the cut of your jib. You'll have to look that up on Google if you want to know where your jib is.
Okay. I thought he was talking about my jib.
Bite My Kebab says, so Harris, I'll give you props. You know your sports, but you look like one of them G.I. Joes that you hope you don't get for Christmas.
Wow.
That's an amazing line. He must have stolen from someone else.
That's funny.
It was too good.
It's good. It's good.
Let's see. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, be real nice to Harris and use reverse psychology. Maybe he'll shave, but I don't care what he does with his face or head. He says, no, watch this. He goes, Harris, you're looking really dashing today. I thought maybe I was talking to Grizzly Adams or maybe Willie Nelson.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No, those are things that I don't think he understands. That's not going to help. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Phil has the Speedo cam on the Weekend Warriors. I would imagine that Ralph also has a no Speedo rule in the contract.
We do have that rule in the contract, yes.
Moist One says, I see some tushy pushies next year. Oh, you think with that guard help, huh? All right. Let's see. Number one Rattlers fan says, kind of boring we talk about Seattle Seahawks draft. We're not there. We don't care. Move on to the next subject, please. Hey, Rattlers fan, go do your own show. Don't tell me how to do mine. Bite My Kebab says, so I figured out what's wrong with Harris.
Oh, geez.
We have time. Jeffrey, you got really good lightning. Ralph, you got good lightning, but the bill of your hat is shading you a bit.
Yeah.
Harris, you kind of look like, well, you're just lost in the dark there. Better lighting would help you. I even put a light in there for him to light the front of his face.
Yeah, it's on. It's on. It's just
something about, you know what it is? I think I figured it out, Ralph.
It's the hair.
He's got a lot of blackheads. And what happens is the blackheads in his pores absorb the light so the rest of his face doesn't get lit. You need some OxyClean.
Wow.
Am I right?
I have no
idea. Are you like at home just squeezing all the time?
Oh, I've never done that. No.
It was a theory. I don't know.
No, I'm not. I would be honest if I was, but no.
So I guess I got to get a brighter light in there on his
I have
face.
no idea. It's just like
It's a weirdly lit
I think
area.
it's just my hair.
You know, it's funny because when Keon was in there, that room was really bright.
Yeah. And Keon was the room was always the same.
It seemed brighter with Keon. in there.
Maybe it's the way the camera handles it because Keon was African American and we can see him better than we see Harris.
Yeah, I mean Harris is, unless he's just blending in with the whiteness of the room. I don't know.
It is the.
Oh, you know what it is? He's so pale, he's throwing the white balance off the camera. I do that too if I don't have.
I was gonna say you are pale as well, but I mean it's.
Yeah, I mean you're almost translucent.
Yeah.
Hey, I have
Yeah,
a
you
little
are.
skin color. I actually got a little bit of sun. Fish Tank says, let's remind Harris that Mr. Wilbur telling him he looks dashing. Probably not the compliment he thinks he is. You're right, because Mr. Wilbur is blind in real life. Hefty Lefty says, Broncos obviously won the draft when they addressed the glaring need of a punter and took the number 1 rated punter in the draft out of the 2 that were available. Yeah, I saw that. We're not even talking about the Broncos draft. There's just no reason. When you take a kicker in the draft of any kind, you have failed.
Well, I disagree. If you
Kickers
can
are
find
important.
A good field goal kicker, which there was a couple in this draft, I think they're important if you can grab one. But you grab it late.
Punters, though?
Punters are, I mean, there are good punters that have been in the league lately that have made a difference in games. They're important. But you don't take them before the 6th round.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should read this or not. But Moist One says, well, I missed a few minutes there. So what does Harris think about the Restrepo pickup? Restrepo pickup? Restrepo?
Xavier Restrepo.
Whatever.
From Miami. He's really good. I like it. He was like an All-American receiver at Miami under Cam Ward. Yeah, good pickup.
Oh, look what I got. I'm going to post it on the X. Who was this that gave me this? Slow-Mo Zoe got me the clip for the guy slapping everybody at the backyard party. I'm going to post this up right now on X. You can find me at what am I again? The Jeffrey O'Brien. And I'm going to post this up right now so everybody can enjoy it. It's just, I don't know. It's wrong. And I just love it so much.
It's a good commercial.
Yeah. It's not even a commercial. It's just a
was.
bit from some, no, it's a bit from a British comedy show. I think it was like a sketch show kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
This is me inside. All right. Yes. So let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at the finality of the Cardinals draft, and we'll see how you guys think your teams did in the 2025 NFL draft. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain. I said, sure don't. I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-Ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-Ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-Ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-Ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Are you looking for career opportunities with great benefits and job growth? How about the chance to make an impact? What we do here at the City of Phoenix matters. 14,000 employees and counting, all dedicated to making a difference in the communities where they live, work, and play. So come join us. Help us do work that makes Phoenix work. You can see all open positions and apply at phoenix.gov/jobs. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
It's the bone-crushing hits. The searing sounds of training camp.
Come on, knock your ass back. All gas, no brakes. Let's go.
Soon, the new recruits will show up for minicamp. And then it's down to business in training camp. When it comes to the NFL, we talk about it. We're 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for the NFL.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. This is I just stunned at this headline. Stranded man who was airlifted from Mount Fuji was rescued again days later after he returned to get his phone. This is a real story from CBS News. They had to airlift him, and he's like, oh, crap, I left my phone up there. So he goes up to get his phone, has to be airlifted again.
Oh, my gosh. 2 times.
Chill left him up there the second time. For real, you know?
Yeah.
Let's I don't want to waste any time. I don't want we're going to get to the Steelers. We'll get to some other teams, but let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals and their draft. Their first pick was that defensive tackle, Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. All right. So they focused on defense in like most of their draft. Harris. Yep. Most of their draft focused on defense. If you're looking to rebuild and have a dominant defense, Walter Nolan got to be a good start, right?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, the thing about Walter Nolan is he only missed 4% of his tackles last year, according to PFF, which is, by the way, fantastic. Because when you're a defensive
tackle,
tackle,
for Pro Football Focus.
Pro Football Focus, yes.
For all the dumb guys.
Right. For all the dumb guys. And I'll say, to have only 4% of your tackles missed as a D tackle when you have these guys all over you constantly, this isn't a safety where you're sitting out in the open field, is really, really good. So he's a phenomenal run stopper, former #1 overall recruit coming out of high school. Yeah, good start. Good start for them.
All right. So, like I said, we don't need to dwell on every single player, but their next pick was Will Johnson, a cornerback out of Michigan.
Yep.
Quality.
Very cool. I mean, the Cardinals.
That was a guy that our son was like, they should take Will Johnson with the first pick they had. He was sad when they didn't get Will Johnson and was stressed until the next time the Cardinals were on the clock because he was just like, he just wanted this guy. Why was he so on fire for Will Johnson?
Because he's a great player, but he fell because of injury. He has a history of injury. That's his issue. But he's a fantastic player. He should have been a first rounder. Mm-hmm. But the injuries are what make people a little afraid of him. But you take a flyer on this guy. You got to.
DK Metcalf had tons of injuries, and that's why he slipped down to your Seahawks.
Yeah, you take this guy. It's a smart take. And you pray that his history gets better.
I think Will Johnson is one of the 10 best players in the whole draft.
Could be.
I'm as high on him as you could get. He hasn't allowed a touchdown since his freshman year at Michigan. Yeah. 2 touchdowns allowed, 9 interceptions, career 54% catch rate allowed. 50 passer rating when targeted. Gosh,
he'll compete for a starting position.
He will be a starter. Yeah. I mean, also
he has a great shot at it.
Yeah, he will be a starter. Cardinals have a gap there. The Cardinals killed this draft, man. There should be a lot to look forward to. Like,
let's check out the rest of the names here. Round 3, they got out of Oregon another defensive tackle, Jordan Birch.
Former 5-star, great athlete, someone who is seen with tremendously high upside. Who in college, he got really good towards the beginning. He started at South Carolina. He could start instantly. Yeah, I like it.
Cody Simon from Ohio State. And they got themselves a linebacker here.
Yeah, another heck of a pick, man. He was one of I believe, the captains of the national championship winning Ohio State Buckeyes. I mean, stud. I mean, he's good. He can read film. He's got some athleticism. Another former 5-star guy that that's 4 5-star guys coming out of high school that they found. Yeah, I like this pick too. A lot of upside.
I feel like the Cardinals already had enough cornerbacks, but they picked up Denzel Burke out of Ohio State as well.
Yeah, the guy who's known as a man-to-man corner at Ohio State. He has a lot of history of shutting down big-name receivers. Another 5-star guy with great athleticism. So you can see a theme here of what they're doing, but this is where you look for upside. And Birch, Simon, and Burke, all 3 of them, really high upside, pretty low floors.
The only offensive player they took was a guard, Hayden Connor out of Texas, and that was in the round 6 pick.
Yeah, he was a part of that amazing offensive line. In my opinion, was the best offensive line in college football last year at Texas. That did such a great job at protecting Quinn Ewers. honestly, another good pick, a really solid team first guy. Hayden Connor was. His teammates have had nothing but great things to say about him. I mean, he's been in a big program and competed in the SEC and fared out fairly well. So, yeah, good pick here.
And the last pick for the Cardinals, Catan Crawford from Nevada. He's a safety.
Yeah.
He's going to have to work in there, maybe a little special teams.
Yeah.
But so overall, tons of defense. It's all defense except for that one guard. So that's now you know what's on the Arizona Cardinals' mind. The
Yep.
thing that's on my mind is you thought you had enough wide receivers, huh?
They did. I mean, I you know what? I like the picks that they did. Ultimately, you pay Kyler Murray all that money. It's like
I would like to have seen another offensive lineman probably earlier in the
Yes.
draft.
Yeah.
I think that was their
really
miss.
agree. I thought that's what they would focus on with some of their elite picks and then build on their defense later on.
I think that was a miss for them. I think they did a good job on the defensive side, but they really missed on getting a good quality lineman. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some free agency plans, but I don't know really what's left out there. Not much.
Yeah.
So
By the way, I Rich Gannon, he was talking about Walter Nolan.
You mean Jonathan Gannon or Rich Gannon?
Rich Gannon. What did I say? I said Rich Gannon. Did I
Okay,
say
former Raiders
Jonathan. Sorry, Jonathan Gannon.
Oh,
I typed, no, I saw what he said and I typed out Rich Gannon out of.
Oh
out
no,
of
that's
habit.
okay. I was like, oh,
Jonathan Gannon talking about Walter Nolan is like he's a unicorn with violent hands.
Okay.
That's just a weird thing for a coach to say.
I don't know what he means by unicorn.
He's a little weird. He spits a lot too.
He's a
what I'm
little
saying?
weird, yeah.
When he's on the
Jonathan Gannon
sidelines.
does?
He's always spitting white spit.
Watch
just
the
like
coaches show during the season. He's a little odd.
He sounded like Squidward there when he walks, and you have that sound effect.
So the text line 888-368-1580. Rattlers fan says Ray Guy, the Raiders punter, the only punter in the Hall of Fame. He was a first round pick.
Heck yeah, he was punted
That
barefoot.
was like the 50s or 60s, right?
Yeah, he was special.
Yeah, around there. Yeah,
No, it wasn't.
70s.
It was in the 70s.
Yeah, 70s.
Zay
knew
says,
that.
Harris, I live 1,000 miles away and I'm 36 years old and I still fear my mother. Shave the beard.
Hey,
Shave
darn
the
right.
beard.
That's a darn good point, man.
Oh, I got a bunch of texts I missed earlier. They've all clumped up. Tank Blood just wanted to say Wemby sadly won't be able to stay healthy. Oh, don't put that on him. Don't say that out loud.
Yeah,
We're pulling for Wemby to have a nice career.
I'm pulling for him.
He's
seems
not the
like a good
icon,
dude.
but he's going to have a nice career.
He could be. He could be the icon. If France wins a gold medal too, I think that'd be huge for international European basketball, and he could be the guy there. Yeah.
Oh, and Chosen One, I'm sorry I missed this text. He sent a text where it backs up the stats where LeBron James in game 3 scored 0 points in the fourth quarter, and in game 4, same. So,
but didn't he say all the games?
He said all 4 games.
He said the last. Well, I think he said the last 2 games. But
I thought he said all 4.
I thought he said all 4 too.
I have already gone out of his. Well, okay, hold on. Here it is. Let's see. He says one. He didn't score 1 point in the last 4 quarters in both the last games. So no, he didn't say that. You guys.
So he's
misheard.
saying in the second half of both games?
Yeah, the last half of both.
Really
games.
thought he said
He
all
didn't
4
score
games.
any points in the last quarter of both games, is what he said.
Last quarter of both games. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Ralph. I really thought
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he said too.
Maybe edited it.
It's probably Jeffrey.
Yep. Probably was.
Go ahead. Rewind the tape. Let's see. Wave Dave says Harris, bump the beard and stick with the stash. That means mustache.
Not the first person that said that. Thinking about it.
It just looks. You just probably should just shave it all off. I don't care what you do. But T-Licious says 49ers needed help on defense and we drafted to replace some losses. I'm good with it, other than not getting Scattaboo. Yeah, Scattaboo going to the New York Giants. At first, I'm like, damn. I don't know if that's the. And then I'm like, it's not a bad place
It's
for
a
them
good
to
fit
be.
for him. I think
Because
it's
he's
a good fit.
going to get a lot of touches.
He's
He'll
gonna
get to
start there.
run because they. Who's that? Who's their quarterback now?
Russell.
Yeah.
Probably Russell
They're
Wilson.
going to abuse Scatterman.
Yeah, he's going to get plenty to do. Flogging Logger says, while the Cardinals did a decent job of improving, I'm still not watching the game while number 1 is the quarterback. This whole makeup with old Patrick Peterson and pedestrian and to let him be at the draft as a rep, totally classless. Best avoid a tackle player ever. Yeah, there's a lot of fans that not too thrilled about the Patrick Peterson thing. Let's see. George says, I agree with you guys. Cardinals really screwed up the draft by not drafting offensive linemen earlier. I don't know about really screwed up, but it was a glaring omission. But it seemed like they just really were concentrating on the defense more than protecting Kyler Murray. So
I think what it is they can't find really short offensive linemen. They don't know what to do about it.
The Cardinals had
they need smaller guys.
Yeah, they need smaller. The Cardinals had an amazing draft, though.
Kyler can't see over them.
Moist One says Jim Harbaugh and Mike McDonald passed on Will Johnson in round 1, and they both needed a cornerback, and both coached him in college. Makes you wonder.
Injuries. They're concerned
Guess
about
what?
his injuries.
Jim Harbaugh is not the one who picks. He may have a say in the room, but then he may have been overridden saying, yeah, but the injuries, we got to be
GM's call.
We got to get this
Harbaugh's
right.
also has a major theme of going trenches heavy in the first couple rounds. So
Which is smart.
It's paid off dividends for him. I mean, it works.
We don't need to spend tons of time on Mike Holtz. I mean, Tyler Warren, that's a solid
pick. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got pranked too. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But then I looked down my my draft. JT defensive end, Ohio State.
Solid pick.
Justin Whaley, cornerback from Minnesota.
Yeah,
I can tell you've never heard of him.
No, I know who that is. I know who that is.
Jalen Travis, tackle from Ohio
I
State.
didn't know if Ralph had anything to say.
No.
DJ Giddens from running
K-State.
back from Kansas State.
Yeah.
None of these guys really seem.
No,
like
they're
a big
good
deal.
picks.
Huh?
They're good picks. I like
But
getting
Riley Leonard, quarterback out of Notre Dame, that
Oh,
surprised me in round 6.
Oh yeah, talk about the grit, the it factor. I like Riley Leonard. Look, Riley Leonard's not going to be the guy that's going to like move the chains and just take over a down and drop back 400 times a season. But hey, he's a leader. He's someone who everyone likes, and he can.
Well,
set
out
a
of the
tone.
3 quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson oh God, I hate saying it out loud. Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah,
and Riley
I love
Leonard.
that you guys have Daniel Jones.
Does Riley Leonard actually have any kind of a chance of winning that quarterback competition?
Slim.
Yeah, that's what I
Very
think. So it's
slim.
like, why?
But think about it. You got Anthony Richardson, who always gets hurt. He's going to.
So you need a backup to the backup. So you're going to chuck him down to the practice squad when the season starts.
And Daniel Jones is just a disaster.
Yeah, he is.
So you never know. This kid could wind up being the number 2. And if you get some, I mean, he's got.
This
some
is how
talent.
we get Arch Manning. This is how we do it. Right?
He'll have to go through Cam Ward.
You think Cam
Ugh,
Ward's
I
going to
know.
stink that bad?
I think he's not going to be great.
I think I think it'll take.
You
some time.
think
He's
that
got
Cam
some
Ward
potential.
exists so you can get Arch Manning?
I'm trying to. No. I'm saying once Arch Manning gets to the Colts, he's going to have to go through Cam Ward. Is what I'm saying. I was going along with your bet.
I'm not even thinking about the
You're
Titans.
talking about Cam Ward being good.
I am. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You're going to go through.
I'm
Cam
trying. I'm
Ward.
going through this. The 5 stages of grief where I'm in now denial. I'm trying to convince myself.
No doubt.
Oh, Harris, this is okay. It's working out. It's
I
all
love
good.
his work ethic. I love his dedication.
You love his
but it's
dedication.
he's no.
I love his confidence, and I think Cam Ward is good. Now, the Patrick Mahomes comparison that ESPN
That's
gave him,
ridiculous.
okay. Now
Gotta
we're
go through Cam
we're
Ward.
reaching here. You guys are really trying to get some clicks here.
Arch
all
Manning. Let me just say, it doesn't even matter who we're talking about going through Cam Ward. I'm about as worried about that as diarrhea going through an anus. I mean, it's just gonna. I mean, nothing's gonna stop it. Fish Tank says Dolphins drafted a single offensive lineman. We're gonna be bad.
Yeah, that was pretty bad too.
Dolphins drafted a single offensive. Yeah.
Yeah, just like the Cardinals should have done more on the offensive side in a lot of people's opinions. But remember, maybe they know something we don't.
I really don't think the Cardinals should have done more on the offensive. Maybe big picture they should have, but they kept taking best player available because all these guys just kept falling to them that were really undervalued. So
It's great you have all these great guys on defense, and then sometimes defense can win you games.
Heck
But
yeah, it can.
if your quarterback is getting murdered, you're not getting any points.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who had a really good draft were the Raiders.
Raiders had a pretty good draft.
You have to like their draft.
Starting out with Gente. And
You got yourself your Marshawn Lynch, and you got yourself some linemen. I mean, it's a typical Pete Carroll draft. That's what he does.
You know what?
Did he have the helm for the draft, or was it their?
He had a big
their
say.
guy.
They had a big say. You
You
can
know
tell
what,
because if you look at the
yeah.
draft, it's got Pete Carroll all over it.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
what
it
he
does. Running
He
backs
gets
first.
running
O-line,
back,
O-line.
offensive line. I mean, that's what he does. He finds big DTs. I mean, typical Pete Carroll.
Underrated.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was kind of the draft you'd almost want to see the Cardinals do. I mean, not right off the bat with the running back or the wide receiver, but you could also have understood that because there is still a need for a good wide receiver. As far as and then he took 2 offensive tackles in a row. I mean, that's just
that's Pete Carroll.
what
'Cause he
so
knows
many
how
other
important
teams
that is.
should have done.
Yep.
Let's real quick take a look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did we do this already? Derek Harmon was their first pick.
Yeah, from
defensive tackle out of Oregon.
Yeah.
Caleb Johnson, running back out of Iowa.
yeah.
Jack Sawyer, edge rusher out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yaha Black from Iowa. Will Howard, quarterback. Well, that's interesting. Out of Ohio
Very
State.
interesting.
Carson Bruner, linebacker out of Washington, and Dante Kent from Central Michigan. So how do you feel about their draft overall, Harris?
I mean, it's a good draft. I like Derek Harmon a lot. He was great in the run stopping.
Yeah.
Will Howard is kind of an interesting pick. He's
Makes
up
no
there.
sense.
He's up there with that, like Quinn Ewers in the 7th for Miami. Those 2 picks, I'm like, I got my eye on that. I'm not like, oh, those 2. I'm not saying they're going to be like franchise guys for the next 10 years, but I'm saying, that could turn into something.
Yeah, it could turn into UFLs because I think they
Yep.
both get cut.
Yep. Well, the UFL won't be there.
I don't know. Will
CFL.
Howard gets a lot of awful. Will Howard gets a lot of hate. Will Howard gets for some reason a lot of hate. He was great at Kansas State. He was great at Ohio State. He's 6'4", 220. He's fast. He's got a solid arm. Will Howard's been productive wherever he's gone, even when coaches like Kleiman at Kansas State wanted no part of him. I don't get that Will Howard hate. I really don't.
No.
Good player.
Megatron says he doesn't understand our Cardinals O-line hate. He says the Cardinals O-line right now is above average. I'm not sure that I agree
What?
with that.
Who above who's average?
And by the way, you like not much depth at all.
They keep Kyler. Kyler's pressure rate is lower than most quarterbacks, but you got to protect him because you put that much money into him. But his pressure rate isn't too high. So the O line they're doing their jobs. The
Megatron
concern is
says
just
do
the
some
height.
research. No. Oh God. Oh, I needed that. Thank you. That was a good laugh. I mean, Harris probably does the research, but
That's what I'm here for, Megatron.
yeah, we're not doing it.
That's what I'm here for.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't seem like he's that well protected. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And then some of that, though, I will say, Megatron, I'll put that on Kyler. He makes bad decisions, holds the ball, tries to, he starts to do something and then he chickens out of doing it and then he slides down. So it's not always the offensive line's fault.
It's funny. The first thing you pull up says the Arizona Cardinals offensive line is generally considered to be below average.
Well, there's your research.
Often ranked in the lower half of the league, particularly in recent rankings. While not considered to have any major weaknesses, they lack a strong standout player and particularly been very low performing.
There's your
that's a
research,
great line.
Megatron.
You can see it. I mean, that Kyler Murray is half the time is running for his life.
With your eyeballs, you can see that. Well, number one Rattlers fan says Amari Cooper, free agent wide receiver, has kind of agreed with the kind of agreed with the Cardinals to sign, but not yet, pending. That's why he didn't take a receiver. Okie dokie. Don't know if the Cardinals really. Do you want Amari Cooper at this point?
Well, there's rumors that he's like the Cowboys too. Like that's trending. And the
I
Cowboys
did
have
hear
interest,
that
so we
rumor.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Base Slappa says, "Hey, I want to talk about Savannah Banana versus Party Animals this Saturday. It was great. They played to a sold-out stadium. Well, no, we don't have time for that.
Just glad Randy isn't here. Randy would have.
I don't. Well, no, if I want to
let
talk
you
Savannah Banana, we'll talk Savannah Banana, and he can just sit there with a constipated look on his face.
As he usually does.
Megatron says, "Oh yeah, good job. That's some generated Google BS right there, Ralph."
Okay.
Firefighter says that was a nice synopsis of the Steelers draft. Yin's all right. We know.
Yeah.
Moist one says Will Howard's time management gaffe in the Oregon game and his inability to complete a pass in the last drive of the Michigan game really took some steam out of his prospect status.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can go to that, but you can also see what he did against Tennessee. He lit up one of the best defenses in college football. Tennessee, Oregon lit them up. I get it. Receivers are getting super open, but the offense at Ohio State we saw with Kyle McCord and the offense we saw with Will Howard were vastly different. So Will Howard deserves some credit for that.
Running late for a break, but I will just say this. Jerry Jones was like, oh, yeah, drafting Tyler Booker could help us win some tush pushes this year. And then like, hey, Jerry, you know that you're voting in May to ban the push. But what are you doing, man? All right, listen, let's take a break, and we'll finish this thing up when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I'm Angela Gonzalez, reporting from Phoenix. We're talking with the community about Phoenix Police Department. Ma'am, what do you think?
Oh, I love them. They're our local heroes. We've had some problems around here with break-ins and people using drugs on the streets. The police work with our community to have a presence in our neighborhood and keep our streets safe.
Thank you, Phoenix Police.
Gracias a la Policía de Phoenix.
Thank you, Phoenix Police.
Rise to serve. Find more today at joinphxpd.com. Protect and serve with the elite.
Sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
Never again will you have to say, I missed that segment. I'm such a dinkus.
He's so lame.
Never miss an important segment, favorite host, or show again. Check out our podcast and listen whenever and wherever you want.
It's the reason Al Gore invented the internet.
Follow us on Facebook or Twitter or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I mean, we could probably have done 8 hours on just the draft itself and all the different stuff that happened. But one thing that remains, and that is, who knows who the hell is going to be worth a damn and not worth a damn until they've gone through some training and they've gone through some preseason. You got to see it all on the field, because a lot of times you get, oh, this guy's going to be awesome. And he gets out on the field and he's like, oh my God, they're going so fast. And, you know, there's a culture shock. And sometimes the college game doesn't translate. And it's up to the scouts, it's up to the GMs, and I guess the coaches to an extent, to observe and say, okay, I think this guy will be great. And then maybe this guy won't be so good. And you know, so sometimes when you see players slip, you know, they're thinking about it differently than we do, because a lot of times our brains are like,
they were great in college. They're going to be great in the NFL. Well, there's some tangibles that coaches and GMs and there's things they see that maybe we don't, and where they're like, yeah, I think we're not going to do that. But let's be honest. It might have been the personality that caused Shedeur Sanders to plummet right down into the. When they took him in the 5th round, finally.
Fifth round.
Okay, so what the hell? So the truth of the matter is what? You have been a great Shedeur Sanders apologist. I'm talking to you, Harris.
Yes.
Why did he slide so far?
So this is my theory, and this is why I believe, for better or for worse, why guys like Tim Tebow were out of the league, guys like Colin Kaepernick were out of the league, guys like Cam Newton were out of the league, is when these people are not looked at as starters, you now evaluate them as backups. And in the view of the NFL teams, sometimes the media attention, this media circus, can be too much for a backup quarterback, and NFL teams stay away from it. I don't think the scouts thought Shedeur Sanders is not good enough to be an NFL quarterback. I think they saw him and said, this is not worth the media attention that we're going to get if we take him. That's why I believe Shedeur Sanders fell as much as he did.
But you also seem to, you said there a second ago that you think they're looking at him like, okay, is he going to fit this team as a backup?
Yep.
So you've already put him down in that, because most people will be looking at a quarterback saying, okay, this is a guy we want to start in the future.
Yep.
So if they're looking at him as a backup, that already tells you the story that Shedeur Sanders is not a starter.
Well, clearly they're looking at him as a backup because he fell in the 5th round. Do I believe that he's able to start one day in the NFL? I do believe he has the capability. I'm just going off of what I saw in draft night. There's a reason he fell to the 5th round. It's because after the 1st round and 2nd round, potentially, teams didn't think he was worthy of being a starter, clearly. So they looked at him as a backup and said, this isn't worth it. Too much media attention. That's the reason why Cam Newton wasn't in the league. That's the reason why Tebow wasn't, I believe. And I believe that's the reason why Kaepernick wasn't in the league, is because teams didn't look at these guys as starters, for whatever opinion you have on it. They looked at them as backups and said, this isn't worth all the media attention. This is going to be a huge distraction. Not worth it.
If you got a talented quarterback, especially in this day and age, you don't give a crap about the media attention.
I'm with you, Jeffrey.
I don't think that's the reason at all.
Yeah, I think it's the reason.
Look at the tape. If you look at Shedeur Sanders' tape, there's some things that stick out really badly.
Like what?
Well, in the pocket, he's terrible. As soon as that pocket breaks down, he doesn't know what to do. He starts running backwards 10, 15 yards and gets sacked.
He takes sacks. So does Joe Burrow.
Breaks down. He does not have an internal feeling on what he needs to do, how he needs to slide out of it and make something happen. He was one of the lowest rated quarterbacks in college football when a pocket broke down. That is what the scouts saw. The kid is not as talented as people wanted to say he was. I don't care what his last name was. Not only that, when you go to the meetings that he took with teams, reports came out about him being disinterested in the conversations, not engaging at all. People were turned off by him.
Yeah.
Among everything else that
I don't
you
buy
said.
it. I don't buy there's a.
We'll talk more about the prank phone calls that came through. Well, I'll tell you, can I just say
that was funny.
I don't think the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator should be fired for his son Jax.
No, he shouldn't.
I think he should be fired because he named his kid Jax.
Yeah.
Jax is a cool name.
J-A
for a dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1950, Jim Martin, a catcher for the Pampa Oilers of the Class C West Texas New Mexico League, was struck by lightning behind the plate during a contest at Abilene's Blue Sox Stadium. The 20-year-old backstop was knocked unconscious, and the bolt of electricity sent his catcher's mask 20 feet beyond the pitcher's mound.
Oh, my gosh.
He was perfectly fine, and he came back to play the next day. In fact, the team was energized by this so much that they finished the year with the best record in the league. So how's that?
They start wearing lightning bolt patches.
They should. I mean, whatever works, get your win, right? Firefighter wants to know if we agree with Stephen A. Smith and others that the reason Sanders dropped is because the NFL is racist.
Absolutely racist.
Totally racist.
No.
They chose the wrong minority.
I don't agree that that's because Shedeur fell.
So
I'll say
stupid.
that.
Yeah, I mean, why are you asking me? Please don't ever do that again. Ask me what I think about what Stephen A.
Stephen
Smith
A.
says.
Smith, yeah, we don't.
If something's racist and we see it racist, I'm the first one to say that is some racist stuff. You honky redneck mofos, that is racist. But that him dropping, you mean when all the other black guys took before him?
When Cam Ward went number
yeah,
one
that's so
overall,
racist.
right?
Exactly what I said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to that.
If anything, I need to see more white people drafted.
Oh no,
Racist.
I'm
just saying.
But Ralph says on this show is
That's racist. They're not drafting
You know
enough
why I
white
want drafted, Ralph? The best player available. Don't care
No,
what
why?
they look like.
No. That's not what the left says.
You want to
Nope.
listen?
Nope.
If you want a pale white team on the Seahawks, be my guest.
I need equity, Jeffrey. I need equity.
Well, then go take a loan on your house.
See, when I put it back
Outside
on,
of that,
when you put it back on them the other way, they don't want to follow it. But anyway,
who's them? You racist.
You know.
Firefighter says, "Of course, I'm being facetious.
Harris
Thank
knows.
you for answering my question."
You know
This
the
one
deal.
says, "Don't disrespect our future president, Stephen A. Smith." Never happened.
Oh, I did. know
Never
that.
happened. There are some figures in sports who I'd say are more likely to win an election, and he is really low on that list.
Oh, some like figures in sports media or figures in sports in general?
Just in general, sports media. You know, Herb Street could probably win. He could be a mayor of some town.
Steve
He totally could. He's got that vibe too.
Everybody,
in a
he's just
good
such
way.
Seems like a nice guy, which means he probably
Oh,
beats his wife.
Love Herbie.
You know what I mean?
Played
He probably
against
does.
his kid's school, in high school.
Who?
Kirk Herbstreit's kid. Oh, are you gonna
Oh,
say
don't.
who else?
Well, if you know that, don't let him
I'm
know
not
we
gonna
call
say-
him Kirk Herpy Street. Don't let him know we say that.
I won't.
We don't say we don't say that because he's a bad guy. We say that because we like alliteration. and it's funny.
You like alliteration.
Yeah.
I wish you're honest.
Moise one says, "Listen, Stephen A. Smith has never lost a debate. How would he know if he lost or won? He doesn't listen to anyone. He just yells all the damn time."
True.
I remember when Derek Johnson wasn't playing for a Chiefs game, and he said that Derek Johnson was going to be the X factor. Have y'all seen that clip? It's not great. Not great.
No.
Stephen A. isn't perfect. What? I know.
Moise one says, "Hey, sounds like a president to me." I hear you, Moise one. I hear you. Speaking of which, the Eagles went to the White House today.
Nice.
For what?
To because they won the Super Bowl, I guess.
Oh, they actually did it.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts didn't go, and everybody's like losing their mind. Who cares? Go or
It's his
don't
choice.
go. Who cares?
It's your choice.
Everybody, that's it for us. Come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. or don't come. We don't care either. It's the Daily Blender, 1580 The Fanatic.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping